awesome spooky friends. Welcome to our day before Halloween live stream of the Storytime episode.
Scary-ish podcast.
Yeah,
That's the other thing we usually toss in there.
thing. I am Robin Grace, and this is Adam Diaz.
Hello.
And we're here to tell you some creepy, scary stories that you guys have sent to us to read to you. So it's kind of cool.
Yeah, we call those stories homegrown horrors, and yes, I am going to try and keep my shit together while I read this because I am currently wearing the most terrifying thing I could find. For those of you who are listening via audio and not watching us on YouTube or Twitch, I am wearing a baby shark hat, do-do-do-do-do-do, and I hope that song is now stuck in your guys' head because that's my Halloween, trick that I've played on you.
Seriously, when he bought it, the checker, cashier, checker, whatever, was literally like, ooh, baby shark, do, and I just started laughing. I was like, that's literally what he said.
It's very itchy, so it's not going to last very long. It's also very, very warm. I know a lot of you guys wanted sexy nurse. Just couldn't do it. I just couldn't do it. I just, I don't have the cleave for it, but maybe one of these days.
Make it work.
So anyways, the homegrown horrors that you guys send us are stories that you've experienced or you've heard about from family or friends, and they can be scary or funny or spiritual or whatever the case may be. And if you have a story like that you would like to share with us, please email storytime@scarish.com. You can also message us on facebook.com/scarishpodcast. This jaw is ridiculous. I see the teeth going up and down.
I think it looks awesome.
You can click like on the page. You can message us directly. You can go to the Scary Spooky Friends group and post it for some instant feedback. My cheeks are sweating so bad in this thing. Also, you can go to Instagram and you can go to @ScaryishPodcast. Follow us there and you can message us. A lot of you guys have been doing that lately and we do appreciate it. You can also tweet at us @ScaryishPod, or you can join the Discord. Go to scarish.com. Scroll down on the right-hand side. There's something that says join our Discord, and it is an app that you can download for your phone, but you can also do it through a web browser because that's how I did it for the first month because I'm dumb. But if you want to keep doing it that way, more power to you. Sometimes people don't have space to download on their phone, and I totally understand that.
Yeah.
So, but thank you guys who reached out to us, and we're going to read your fun stories. So before we get going, I see the stream chat over in the peripheral vision just blowing up, so I need to see what you guys are talking about over there.
Have you seen my glasses?
I have not seen your glasses. I also did not record. So, although we're broadcasting, that whole intro is going to need to be redone in post. No big deal. You guys don't need to worry about that. We do. I see that we have 23 people in Twitch, but it's also showing 0 people in YouTube. But we already had someone say that they're in the YouTube channel, so maybe that's just not working, so I'm not going to worry about those numbers. But I'm going to go ahead and look at this thing over here. I am sweating balls in this thing.
You're sweating balls?
Your glasses are on the dresser in the bedroom where they've been for the last 6 days that I told you where they were.
Oh, man.
Yeah. So that's on you. 15 Burger King foot lettuce over on YouTube says, hello, I came from Spotify. Thank you for joining us, and thank you for listening to us on Spotify. We appreciate that.
Wait.
Oh, God. Please don't do any Cruciatus curses or any killing curses. I would appreciate that. Ow, Epsilon. Dude, really?
Sorry.
Epsilon Phi, thank you for joining us. We appreciate you being here. That's awesome. I'm glad you guys enjoyed the badges. We did, I say we, but it was really just all Robin. Robin designed the badges this previous week, and she tossed those up there.
Hopefully you guys like them. I tried to change the colors for different tiers and stuff like that, so hopefully it works out.
Pave Paradise says, let's celebrate it almost being Robin's birthday.
Woo!
He started celebrating her birthday within the house on Friday. I was like, I guess it's the beginning of your birthday week, so sometimes she gets a birthday month if I have enough money and she's like being a spoiled princess. The podcast is going to be lit as fuck. We are not drunk, so...
No, we're not. We have coffee and water. I literally just came from math class. This is why we don't normally do it on Tuesdays. Today is Tuesday. Because I have math class, and it doesn't get out till 7, and then I drive home, and it's just a mess. So
it's not been that bad. We have our new pass-through, which is working really well. Big shout-out to everyone who's donated. We were able to purchase that, and although it doesn't bring up the camera right away when we transition, which I didn't realize... because it had been working just fine. I have been pretty impressed with the fact that it doesn't shit out on us all the time.
It looks really clear to me. Oh my
777 donated $20.68. Thank you so much. We appreciate that. You're amazing. And that moves us to $169. I feel like that's exactly why he donated the amount he would. So it's $169. Bow chicka bow wow.
All right.
777 says, can we link our Amazon Prime with Twitch Prime? Absolutely. You get free Twitch Prime with Amazon Prime.
Free Twitch Prime. So you just go to Amazon. And there's some links in there.
Yeah, be careful with your wand. You could kill someone.
I wish I could tell you where the links actually are. I wish I could do Windows magically it's right there, and then you go there, and then you click, and there. But I can't. So
There's lots of ways that you can figure it out online. I think YouTube is going to have a tutorial for sure, but yes, you can do that. Thank you for the compliments on my outfit. Robin, actually, she rocks hers a lot, so she's very used to that outfit, and it looks good on her. She tied that tie in like 13 seconds. It was very, very impressive.
Okay.
Storytime. I went so long without hearing more than doo-doo. It's so our fucking washer and dryer, when it's done, it flashes D-O, like do. So every time I'm doing laundry, I'm like, God damn it, our washer and dryer has put the Baby Shark song back in my head. So yeah, sorry about that, but yeah, trick, not treat. Suck it.
Yeah. So when I was in high school, I used to wear a tie a lot. I used to wear a tie, and then I would put a hoodie on, and then I put a blazer over my hoodie. I was like that stupid hipster kid that wanted to be like, I don't know, those screamo bands and stuff like that. And so that's the only reason why I know how to tie a tie super fast. I just have done it since I was 15.
No knock on any of my friends growing up, but most of my friends did not know how to tie ties. And when everyone started getting married and I was standing up in weddings, I was the person that was tying literally everyone's tie and then giving it to them, and I was like teaching them. And I was just telling them how my dad told me to do it, and I remember seeing another one of my friends later on in life when we were in another wedding together, and he tied his tie, and he's like, I literally remember how you taught me to, and I remember what your dad told you to do. I'm like, good. I'm glad I was able to pass on that knowledge. So yeah, our stupid YouTube counter says 0, but you guys are saying that you see 6 and you see numbers in there. You
probably have to reset the link or
and I'm not even gonna worry about it. Not even gonna worry about it at all.
Any other things? I can't read because I logged in too late because I was too busy getting dressed.
I'm happy that we have more people in the chat and different people in the chat than we normally do because we're doing it on Tuesday, even though it's late. I'm glad. I'm very happy. Playback is super stutter for me, so I'll be in and out. That sucks, Shake and Bake. I'm sorry. But anyways, let's jump into these stories. I'm gonna be going first, I believe.
Yeah,
because of technical difficulties on Robin's laptop's end, so no big deal. She'll get that worked out while I'm reading. So you guys, we have
4 stories each. Oh no, hold on.
You have 3 stories each.
Okay.
Yes.
I got excited.
So, anyways, this first one. Actually, you know what? Let me mark this because this is going to be a nightmare to edit, but I want to make sure it's a little bit easier. So, anyways, this first one starts out like this. The subject is night shift creep show.
All right.
And it goes like this.
Sounds sexy.
Hi there.
Oh, hello.
Hello. Heather here, and I am from Western New York. I came across your podcast on Spotify while on a road trip. I can't believe I'm reading this wearing a fucking shark mask. While on a road trip, I listened on my commute into work and on the way home. Thank you for listening to us.
Yeah, thank you so much.
I look forward to episodes, so thank you. Wow, it's like she knew we were going to thank her. I get creeped out and have some laughs while listening. That's kind of what we're going for. Like, that's exactly what we're going for.
Especially dressed as we are right now.
Dressed ridiculous. The Snark just subscribed. Thank you so much for subscribing to Snark. We appreciate you. I have always been interested in the supernatural ever since I was a kid. So when I was approximately 25, I worked in an assisted living facility similar to a nursing home. I know what those are. I'm glad because a lot of times I read these and I'm like, I'm dumb and I don't know what you're talking about. I started off working third shift, which is 11 p.m. to 7 a.m. We were required to go into the residents' rooms to take out dirty linens, put fresh ones in, and basically make sure everyone was alive and well while being quiet to make sure not to wake anyone. There isn't a high demand for there isn't. I figured it would say there is, but there isn't a high demand for third shift workers, so we had maybe a handful of employees that worked that shift. I had one unit/wing of the facility to run, and another guy had another unit of the facility to run. He called me down to his unit one night to a room where an elderly woman resided. She collected a lot, in caps, of porcelain dolls. Uh-oh, SpaghettiOs. No, I don't like where this is going.
One jumps off the shelf and murders everyone.
It was an elf on a shelf, probably, that jumps off the shelf and murders everyone.
No, elves on the shelves only do dirty things.
Really? That's weird.
I don't know. I don't know anything about the
I don't know why those words came out of your mouth.
It's because people usually put him in compromising situations.
Do they?
Yeah.
I didn't know that. I thought they were just supposed to watch your kids like Santa Claus. Cool. So let's get back to this. So she gets called down there. This old lady has a lot of porcelain dolls. I feel like you're not taking me seriously because I'm wearing this fucking shark on my head. It wasn't odd for me to see this since old people collect things, but when my coworker said to me, quote, she has a child-sized doll in her rocking chair under that sheet over there.
Shut up.
I got a little creeped out. He dared me to remove the sheet off the doll. Fuck that, dude.
It's like the boy.
It's kind of like the boy. She's in assisted living, so it's a little bit different. You're pretty sure someone's not living in the walls. Spoiler alert. I said F that, and needless to say, I let him lift the sheet off the doll. It was a child-sized porcelain doll. No biggie. The way the doll looked didn't scare me, but why was the sheet covering the doll?
Because no one wants to look at a creepy doll.
Well, then why would you have it in your room? So in the early a.m., when the residents woke up and came out to start their day, we asked the woman why she covered up just that one doll with a sheet. She replied, if I don't put the sheet over her up at her night... this is a weird sentence. Hang on one second, guys. If I don't put the sheet over her at night, her eyes move and watch me while I sleep.
Nope.
What
Big
the
ol'
fuck?
No dolls.
Whenever I had to walk by that room, I always had that thought and had goosebumps. I have some other spiritual stories that I rarely share with people. I used to work for a hospice and took care of the terminally ill. That's an amazing thing that you do.
Yeah, it's hard.
Yeah.
It's hard to do something like that.
It really is. Death can be scary, but I also learned death can be peaceful. But that's for another day. Thanks for doing what you're doing and keep on creeping on. Smiley face, Heather.
Thank you so much, Heather.
We appreciate you sending that in. That's really fucking good. That's what I always worry about when, like, I don't know, when I think about stories like nursing homes and like assisted living, it's like old people are going to have something really creepy, and it's really hard not to believe an old person sometimes, even though like if I was an old person, I'd just lie all the goddamn time and say I did like all these amazing things. But yeah, that's super fucking creepy that you'd have a doll that's covered.
Yeah.
So awesome. I'm going to take a break and look over to Stream Chat. I'm also going to take off this extremely itchy baby shark mask. Oh, I feel free. My hair looks horrible.
Here, give me.
There you go.
I'll put it on this side. I'm not going to
Thank you. So let's look at some of the stuff that you guys had to say during that story. So let's scroll down. I see a lot of happy early birthday Robins. Actually, I only see one, but I'm still going to point that out. Oh, my hair. My poor hair. It doesn't matter.
I think it looks fine.
Thank you. I appreciate that.
Doop.
Taylin over on YouTube says, I love watching this live, but I also look forward to the release on Friday. Grr. It's streamlined on Friday, so you don't have to worry about listening to us talk to the Twitch chat, but at the same time, or the stream chat, but at the same time, you get to interact with us while we do it. So it's always a fun time. Cat says I work on Wednesday nights, so it's a good thing that we're doing it on Tuesday.
Yeah, I wish I didn't have class so late in the day, but the longer I've been in school, the more people keep telling me the later classes in my major are going to start being at like 5, 6. I'm not going to get out of class till 9 p.m. I'm like, I'm going to kill myself.
Wow, it's intense.
I mean, not really, but
when I was getting to the end of my college career, I'd start my day at 7, and you have to have specific classes to move forward with your major, and that's what sucks about like finishing school. So my first class that I had to have was at 7 a.m., and the last class I had to have was at 8 a.m., and it was a 2-hour and 50-minute class. So we would leave there at like 10:50. Our professor was really cool, and he just flat out tell us like, we're not going to stay here all night. And so, like, I had one day where I'd wake up and I'd look in the mirror at, like, 6 o'clock, and I'd be like, you do not get to fucking rest or relax until, like, 11:30. And it was just so depressing because, like, between classes, I'd go to work, and then I'd go back to class, and then I'd come back to work. It was just a nightmare. So I'm glad that chapter of my life is over with, and I get to sit here and talk to you fancy people.
All right. Blah, 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 da-doo-ba-doo. RDR2. Oh, Miss Deezy's been playing Red Dead 2.
Nice.
That's awesome.
I would play it if I had some money to spend on myself.
Are you drawing penises in the snow?
That's the real
question. Yeah.
Make Shake and Bake says happy birthday, Robin.
Thank you so much, everybody, for wishing me happy birthday.
I think it's awesome. Our Australian listeners said happy birthday to you because it's already.
It's already the
31st down there.
That's hilarious. Even in Japan too, right?
Yeah, definitely in Japan.
All right.
Jamie Boone says, "Oh hi, I'm back. Welcome back, Jamie. We missed you."
Elf on the Shelf, Doll in the Hall. Oh yeah, remember that post in the Facebook group where they had the doll? It was like a picture of a doll, and someone said, "Elf on the Shelf, Doll in the Hall."
Oh yeah, the thing that you can use to like terrify your kids. I do remember that now. So good to know. Scrolling through, what else? I'm canceling class tomorrow. LOL, says Two's Cat. That's awesome. Do you have the power to cancel class tomorrow, or are you just saying you're not going? That's what's like interesting to me. I will tell you guys, I'm not sure when it's going to release, like during the day, but we're going to have a little extra thing we're going to toss out there on Halloween for you guys. Robin and I have talked about it. It's something small. It's not something huge, but you'll be alerted that it exists, and I think it's going to be kind of funny. Yeah, or it's going to be fun at the very least.
It'll be fun and not at all serious,
but it'll be a good thing for Halloween. So I'm hoping you guys enjoy it. You guys got to let us know when you get it if you enjoy it, and that's going to go out to all the listeners. I think we talked about that, right? All the listeners are going to get it. And then going forward, like the style of what we're going to be releasing is going to be patron only. But for Halloween in particular, this idea that we've been working on for how to make our patrons more, feel more special.
Yeah.
That's gonna persist.
We're
but
gonna
for Halloween,
keep trying to upgrade and
give you more bang for your buck. Yeah. But for Halloween, everyone's gonna get this thing. So I won't spoil it. It's gonna be a fun surprise though. What else do we have here? Swazzle says, the more story times I hear, the more I regret not putting titles on the stories I've sent in, LOL.
That's hilarious.
Yeah, honestly, and the other thing, too, is when I talk about the stories in the episode descriptions when we post them, I don't put, like, your subject line, and I don't put, like, the straight-up content. Like, we had the story about, like, the Devil's Bride, where the chick was going to make the dress for the devil.
Yeah.
And it was going to be her dress, but I just said it was, like, a visit from a man in black. Because I don't want to, like, give stuff away, because I want to encourage people to listen.
Okay. So that's cool. Miss Deezy says, no snow penises, been watching horse testicles shrink, though.
Nice.
That's
I did not
incredible.
Realize it had those physics. That's very, very impressive.
I need to watch it. I really want to play Red Dead 2.
I do, too.
It's
maybe
just
you
super
get that
expensive.
for your birthday. You've gotten a lot of stuff so far.
No, I don't want it for my birthday.
Well, there you go. So, now
I want it, but I want to... I know I'm going to be playing Fallout 76 in 2 weeks.
Yes.
So that's
going to be fucking awesome.
I don't know.
Two's Cat says, I teach 2 3-hour classes. Cancel that shit. Shut that down. Taylor says, no one pronounces my name right, but you did. I'm shook. I'm very glad. And I hope I said it right the second time, too, because I don't remember how I did it the first time. KIC Medina over in YouTube says, I watch the live stream and find myself chatting with other listeners so much I don't fully hear the story, so I always enjoy the Friday release, and it still feels new. That's is awesome.
That's
really
is. Cool to hear. I love getting feedback. You guys are awesome.
Yeah. Talking to you guys is honestly the best part of recording these episodes. So, because like when we record the normal episodes, I have to talk to Robin, and it's just the worst.
Nathan C says, I would gift you Red Dead 2 if I knew how. And Miss Deezy said, I'd gift you our DR, so Red Dead Redemption, but only on PS4.
I would play it. I would. I'm not going to fucking lie. I would totally play it. And then I play it again once I was like done with it on Xbox, and it was a little bit cheaper, so I can get all the achievements. Or as a friend of mine calls them, Cheevers, and I don't know why he calls them that.
I have a little Xbox logo on my computer here.
Yeah, I have all the systems, so it just... I play on Xbox mostly.
I play like all the Final Fantasy games on PlayStation, except for Final Fantasy 15 because it came out on Xbox. But like World of Final Fantasy and Final Fantasy 10-2 when they remade those.
Yeah, I mean I think they're only on PS4, at least 10-2. So.
But and all the Kingdom Hearts.
Which system are you going to play Kingdom Hearts 3 on? That's the big question.
I already pre-ordered it for Xbox.
Boom. When we were at E3, this lady figured out how to cut the line when waiting for the Kingdom Hearts 3 demo, because the line was like, what, 3-4 hours long?
Yeah.
But that was if you were playing it on PlayStation.
Yeah, everyone wanted to play Kingdom Hearts 3 on PlayStation, and they're like going down the line like, what system do you want? What system do you want? And so everyone's like, PlayStation. And I'm just like, Xbox? And they're like, okay, come here. And I was like,
you can play it right now.
So yeah, I don't know. This has become the video game podcast. Okay, let's...
We've had one of those before. I think we're caught up on the Twitch chat. The stream chat, I should say. So we can move on to the next one, I think.
Yep.
Are you sure you're doing your not super long one first?
Yes.
That's the question.
I already looked.
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
So go ahead. And to begin, do a transition, pretty please.
All right. So going into this story from Kyle. And it goes, hey, Rob and Adam. My name's Kyle. Hi, Kyle. I just watched Big Hero 6, so it's like, hello. That's how he says.
I know.
Yeah, okay.
I've seen it one time. I thought it was very good.
And I've been listening to your podcast on Spotify since your second upload.
Awesome. Thank you. Like and shout out to Spotify.
Baby episodes.
Right. You're an OG.
I listen to you guys every night. A new episode is posted when I'm laying in bed for the night. Before sharing my brief experience, I wanted to admit that before joining the Discord and being able to actually read usernames, I was convinced that Robin's name was Robin Graves.
Graves?
Like Robin Graves.
That's
like Grave
hilarious.
Robin.
That's really funny. It's funny because I know some of your real names, but then I see you guys in the stream chat and I see you guys on Discord, and I'm like, oh, that's Glitchgrim. You know, and that's just because like I know your real names, but I'm like, that's who you'll always be.
Yeah.
So like me and my friends like covertly started playing World of Warcraft again when we were in college. But we're also going out and partying all the time. So we'd be at the bars and we'd be like at house parties playing like beer pong, and we'd be referring to each other by our World of Warcraft names because we were so used to being in like
game chat.
Yeah, game chat with each other. So it'd be like, hey there, like can you get me a drink? I mean John, sorry, like give me a beer. So sorry about that. Just quick break in with more video game stuff.
Well, like for me, I always get called Robin in all my games anyway. Like when I played MapleStory, everyone called me Robin.
Never played MapleStory.
On Xbox, people call me Robin. On when I played WoW, I got called Robin. So it's just like something I have never really had another name that people have called me by.
Robin Graves now.
Yeah, I'm gonna be Robin Graves.
It's really, really creepy. It's also hilarious. Halloween. It's funny because I feel like if some people were new to the podcast, they'd be like, I think that's bullshit. Her birthday is not Halloween. It really is.
No,
legit,
it really is.
It is. So.
Yeah, I don't know how my parents worked it out, but they made baby me on Halloween.
I was born on Mother's Day, and my birthday every 4 years coincides with Mother's Day. So, yeah, it's not unfortunate. I'm like, here's your gift.
I was going to say.
It's me. Enjoy it.
What a crappy gift.
And then my mom's like, where's my real fucking gift? I'm kidding. She's never been that mean, and I always get her a gift.
Okay, so I always thought Robin's name was Robin Graves, which I thought was a fairly appropriate name given the theme of your content. That's hilarious. Anyways, feel free to share this on the podcast. I've always considered myself a hopeful skeptic. I very much enjoy reading about and listening to paranormal stories, but I also enjoy trying to figure out what else could have caused the activity besides spirits and demons.
Same. That's like exactly where I'm at.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, hopeful skeptic, where I'm like, not going to believe someone that's clearly full of shit, but I'm not going to shoot down someone who I think is telling the truth, even if it's, like, bizarre.
I'm just hopeful to not experience crazy things. I'm scared because I know I will chicken out and my anxiety will go through the roof. I'll have a panic attack and just, no. Nope.
And that's the worst thing you can do when experiencing something like that because, like, it's like falling down when you're running away from Jason Voorhees. Like, that's just guaranteeing you're going to die.
Yeah.
So, just saying.
During the zombie apocalypse, I will be one of the first to die.
She's lying. I've already told her this. I already told her the story of what's going to happen to her. Like, I'm going to die trying to save her, and my death is going to, like, get her, like, shit together, and she's going to survive, and she's going to wind up with, like, the hot male lead of whatever group she winds up in, and it's going to be because I fucking died at the beginning.
Who's the hot male lead?
I don't know. You know what I would like it to be? I don't know why. Who I picture, like, in this story is McDreamy from Grey's Anatomy.
Gross.
But, like, the young version of McDreamy.
Nope. Not my type.
That's who you're stuck with. There you go. I've decided it.
Ugh. Okay.
That's the zombie apocalypse for Robin. So.
All right. Yeah. That's an apocalypse. All right. Ending up with McDreamy.
Wow. I hope he listens, and I hope he's, like, kind of hurt by that.
Get wrecked.
Wow. You're fucking mean. Get back to your story.
You're my type.
Thanks. I appreciate that.
Don't die.
So I guess, like, the fat guy who could read minds from Heroes, that's who you're going to wind up with?
No, Hiro
Parkman?
Nakamura.
Okay, that's fine. I'm
okay
cool with that. I like Hero.
Okay, so my only personal experience that I can't explain happened briefly after I joined the military straight out of high school. It was my first time away from home and a pretty rough, I don't know why I thought I read that wrong, and a pretty rough adjustment for me as I grew up a spoiled child in a fairly well-off household. Red reformed brat. That's funny. Jinx, you owe me a soda.
It's the second time we've done it, so...
Okay.
You can't really jinx me not to talk. We're recording a podcast.
Yeah, but you owe me a soda.
Okay, cool.
That was the jinx.
All right, I'll get you a soda.
Okay.
What kind of soda do you want?
Not soda, more like, I don't know, juice.
Should I go right now?
No.
Okay.
Ooh, an icy. The caramel apple slush freeze thing from Taco Bell.
I will say, I've been doing really good on this dieting thing, and then that Taco Bell giant chalupa box came out where you can win an Xbox, or when you turn it on, it does the Taco Bell ding. And I have not hit that place up as much as I thought I would, but I've gone more often than I'm proud of.
Yeah.
But, yeah.
All right.
No Xbox for me yet, though.
I never even had to do my own laundry as a child. I remember growing up and sobbing into the dirty piles of clothes, just laying on the floor in all the family's laundry, crying.
I remember my 13th birthday, and the first thing my mom did was like, happy birthday. I was like, thank you. She's like, come with me. And she showed me the washer, and she showed me how it worked. She's like, you're a teenager now. Do your own fucking laundry.
Oh, nope.
She walked away. I was like, are you serious? She's like, yep, I did it to your brother, too.
Yeah, it's like memories for me of when I was probably elementary to early middle school, and me and my sisters would sit around doing laundry, and I'd get so sick of it, and I'd just flop over in it crying. I was a weak,
if you would have spun
child.
it, you could have washed it at that exact same time in your tears. It's like you would have been your own personal spin cycle.
The first time my mom made me wash dishes, I was just like, what the fuck?
That's so funny.
Because I'm like 9. You know?
I got
like,
chores. I think I got chores at 7, maybe earlier than that. And it was like we had to sweep the floors, we had to do the dishes, and clean the countertops every night. And like we would alternate each week for who would do what. So me and my brother, if you swept the floors, that's all you did. And if you did the dishes, you also wiped down the countertops. So he just eventually started paying me half of his allowance, which was like $10 every 2 weeks because I was a fucking sucker to just do his chores for him. And I didn't ever think about the fact that like he was getting $5 to do jack shit. So
that's hilarious.
He was much smarter than me. He's 4 years older than me growing up. And at some point I'm like, I'm not doing this shit anymore.
Because my parents worked hard to a fault to ensure I didn't have to grow up rough like they did. One of the duties I had to pull in the Army was called fire guard, which is basically guard duty while all the other soldiers slept, making sure no one sneaks into the barracks. That's kind of cool.
Yeah.
I feel like there's a hair in my eyeball.
Dude, I thought my face was about to bust out in like hives when I was wearing that stupid shark thing around my eyes. You're fine. Yeah, there's one thing in your eye. Beauty. Oh. You hear how she reacts?
It's in there.
This is great. Just great podcasting for all you guys. This will all be taken out. So those of you guys who have never watched one of the live episodes, this shit happens. Sometimes our dogs are in the studio on accident. Sometimes we leave the fan on. Sometimes we just have to wander out of the room. We don't prefer for that to happen, but sometimes it does. So we do apologize. But hey, it's kind of a fucking shit show sometimes. So I'm just glad that the audio is
story in my life. Okay. Right. People not sneaking into the barracks, doing stuff. Most nights were pretty boring, so we took to doing shifts during duty hours and taking care of our laundry. To set the scene, our barracks were one large room with 30 bunk beds, basically exactly the same as what you see in the movie Full Metal Jacket.
Right on. Totally picture it right now.
Never seen it.
You've never seen Full Metal Jacket?
Nope. I honestly don't watch a lot about the Vietnam War.
Yeah.
I
can see that.
Nope, yeah. I'm good. I've grown up on the stories.
One day when I meet your dad, I hope to talk to him about that war. Because I know that he was an active participant.
He doesn't want to talk about that. He wants to talk about, like, Jackie Chan, Jet Li,
yeah, we're going to talk about that shit
Someone's
first.
redeemed a question.
Oh, shit. 143 AM has redeemed Ask a Question. Let me go over here and see what it was. Also, it looks like we got a new follower.
Yay!
You go ahead and say that one.
Clintar Mortem.
Thank you for following us. We appreciate it.
Sorry.
The question 143 AM has asked with their souls, which you can collect if you're watching on Twitch, is, I love you guys.
Aww.
No question.
That's so nice.
Thank you so much. And also, I just want to say that 777, when they donated $20.68, the message that they sent along with that was 69. Oh, yeah. I fucking knew it. I knew that was the reason why that happened. So.
Oh, my God.
Good to know. Okay, let's go ahead and jump back into it.
Okay, so Full Metal Jacket. There's a metal door next to the exit that leads to the laundry room, which is essentially a hallway lined with washers on one side and dryers on the other side, with a table coming out of the wall to fold uniforms. There's only enough space to squeeze between the machines and grab clothes to move to another machine or take back to our bunks. At night, since all the overhead lights are off, the only light in the barracks is the red glow from the exit signs. I don't like where this is going.
Yeah, when the room is completely cast in red, that's not creepy
it's
or
like
anything.
Something out of a horror movie.
A little bit, or a movie like I don't know, Full Metal Jacket. What? Why did you freeze?
I'm just like
I mean, there's a very distinct scene with Vincent D'Onofrio at nighttime where like there's the glow of like the red exit signs, and then he's in the bathroom. I'm not going to spoil it for you. I will say the most weight an actor has ever gained for a role was Vincent D'Onofrio for his role in Full Metal Jacket. He gained like 90 pounds because he was super skinny. And then the next role he had after that was the guy who looks like Thor in Adventures in Babysitting, where he looks like fucking Thor. That's Vincent D'Onofrio.
He's the guy from Daredevil?
Yeah, he's Kingpin. Vincent D'Onofrio is Kingpin because, like, you know, he's fatter now that he's older, but he's a wonderful actor. And I don't know how many of you guys know that about Vincent D'Onofrio. Yeah, he's fucking great. I love him.
All right, cool.
You're welcome. Some Vincent D'Onofrio trivia in the fucking movie trivia corner.
During my turn to do laundry, I walked into the laundry room and used a small flashlight I had that had a red lens. Oh, nope. To find my way to the machine my clothes were in. Red sign, red flashlight. Like, what? Why? We weren't allowed to use regular white light at night because it was more likely to wake other people up. Oh, okay. And using red light preserves for night vision.
Yeah.
Oh, that's kind of cool.
That's why when you have like, because my brother was in the military, he used to get me stuff from like, I forget what the store is that they call for like on base, but he used to get me flashlights and they come with filters so you can change the light color.
Mm-hmm.
And the filter that they always had on there by default was red because it like preserves your pupils from adjusting.
Neat.
Yeah, I've also been yelled at by like a drunk guy in the woods during a hunting trip where it's like, you're making everyone night blind because I had a regular flashlight.
Did you tell him to get fucked?
I was like, it's pointed at the ground. Like, what the fuck is your problem? He was super wasted. I was like waiting for him to fall into the lake.
Okay. After I switched my clothes over from the washer to the dryer, I turned my flashlight off because I could see the red glow of the exit light through the little plexiglass window on the door and figured it was a straight line to the door so I wouldn't need it. I took a few steps and immediately bumped into something. I turned my flashlight back on to see that the wooden chair that was previously tucked under the table for folding uniforms had been pulled out and was facing me in the darkness. Okay, I thought it was going to be something super creepy. I mean, that is creepy, but I thought it was going to be like, I bumped into a body that wasn't there.
What she's saying is she's not impressed.
No. Okay.
Joking. Don't get upset.
When I read it, what I imagined is you bump into something, you don't, like, you turn your flashlight on and you don't see anything. You bump into...
Right. You ran into something that's not there.
Right. That freaks me out. Ugh. Okay.
And it's an invisible person, like, excuse me.
So, anyway, but this chair that's not supposed to be there is out in the middle of this walkway.
Got it.
It was completely blocking the hall. So there's no way I could have walked past it on my way in, and I didn't even hear it slide out from under the table. I definitely would have noticed someone opening the heavy metal door frame, the full metal
That's hilarious.
To come in, so I know no one else was there. I felt my blood run cold and chills went down my spine, but rather than freak out, I felt this strange sensation of calm. I pushed the chair back under the table and walked out of the laundry room past the person who was coming on shift to replace me and nonchalantly said, "Laundry room's haunted," to which they replied, "Creepy."
Wow.
What? I'm sure you see worse things.
Yeah.
I mean...
It really, yeah. I would think that that's the least of your worries at that point, but who the fuck knows? Maybe they had like a really good run of it, and then all of a sudden that happened, and they're like, damn it.
Well, when my dad was in the military during the Vietnam War, he would tell me, like, people would literally go into the rooms full of all the bodies of people and take naps there so no one would bother them.
I've heard that before, yeah.
Yeah. It's why. Just like, do you want to be haunted for the rest of your life? Because that's how you get haunted.
Do you want to get possessed? Do you want to get possessed?
Before telling anyone else that story, about 2 days later, another soldier in my unit told us a story about how he went into the laundry room the night after my experience, and when he was leaving, he claims he saw another soldier writing a letter at the folding table.
Oh, that's so fucking sad.
He tried to talk to the soldier, who then looked at him and faded away. Everyone called bullshit, but I don't know if he was just spinning a tale to entertain everyone. The coincidence of the coincidence of the setting really solidified my own experience for me. That's the only time I've ever had something creepy like that happen to me. I love what you guys do. I love how well you two work together with your jabs at each other. That's life. Please keep it up, and I'll happily await every new episode you two make.
Thank you.
Thank you so much, Kyle. That's awesome.
We appreciate that. That's a really good story,
It is a really good
story. It is so
story.
creepy when you have something happen to you and you rationalize it in your mind. You're like, okay, well, something happened, but no big deal. And then someone else brings it up to you later that they had an experience that's super similar to yours because you're like, now that shit's officially fucking haunted. Like, that's super fucking creepy.
Yeah.
So, yeah, thank you so much for sharing that. It's always nice of you guys when you send stuff in where you're like, I really love what you do. Like, I'm going to keep listening. Yeah. And then I always wonder, like, this email's like 2.5 months old. I wonder if at some point they're like, you know what, fuck them.
Yeah.
So I'm hoping.
No, it just takes us a little time. So if you guys have sent us stuff in the past, like,
we'll get to it.
We'll get to it. It just takes us a while.
Yeah. But don't let that discourage you from sending us stuff. Like, I really want you guys to understand, like, if you guys are like, they'll never read my stuff and you don't send it, then we don't get to have story times anymore. So sometimes we have lulls in the amount of emails that we get. We really do. And then sometimes we get like 20 in a day. Not really. We've never had that many.
No, that'd be great though.
But that would be great. So, and if that doesn't wind up happening, we'll move from 6 stories per story time, like 8 to 10 stories per story time.
The story time episodes will take forever.
We'll probably talk with the chat less if that winds up happening on the live episodes. But hey, we'll do what we can to get through the stories that get sent to us. So we don't want to ever discourage you guys from sharing because we appreciate everything you send us. So let's take a quick break and look over at Stream Chat and see what you guys had to say. Some of these things are making me laugh. I did see that someone corrected me and said that the new record for the most weight ever gained by an actor is Christian Bale in the new movie Vice, where he plays Dick Cheney.
Oh,
and I did not know that.
Interesting.
I'm very interested to know how much he gained because Christian Bale is a fucking madman, dude.
Yeah.
He did The Machinist, where he was basically a skeleton.
And he didn't even win any awards.
And the next movie he did was Batman Begins. So they had to shoot every scene where he was fully clothed first because he was still super skinny while he was putting on as much bulk as humanly possible. Nice. And all the final scenes they did were the training scenes because he's just fucking ripped again. So it's like, I can't imagine having a life. Well, I mean, you get paid millions of dollars.
Yeah.
But still, there's so many actors that get paid millions of dollars that don't put their body through that. So.
Let's see. Glitch says, did you guys hear the episode of My Dear Queer? Yes, it came out. I think it came out today, right?
I'm not sure if it was today or yesterday.
Yeah, it came out fairly recently, either today or yesterday or something. But
it's
guys,
so
go
good.
listen to
really
that episode.
Good.
It's actually like a scary-ish podcast-themed episode. So if you want to go listen to that episode, they talk about a couple murders that have happened in the LGBTQ community, which is kind of cool.
I really like that their podcast is centered around different stories like that, and that the stuff that they read, the emails that they get, are coming out stories. Because, like, I've only talked to a few of my friends about their coming out stories, and they're always, like, so it's not just drama filled. They're so riveting. Like, it's such a dramatic life experience that I'm never going to experience because, like, I'm a heterosexual, you know? And, like, all my friends that I have that have gone through something like that, it's like, it's something I'll never experience. So when you hear stories like that and people are willing to share it, it is incredible. And I was like, this is a podcast where people email in their shit. Like, they bare their soul to everyone. It's a really good fucking podcast. I highly recommend you guys go check it out.
Miss Deezy says that's where KH3 belongs, which is the PlayStation 4.
That's
apparently. Funny. KH3, Kingdom Hearts 3, belonged on the PS3. That's where it actually belonged. And then they were like, oh, no, man. You guys got to wait a whole nother fucking decade.
Well, I will say Final Fantasy 15 took 10 years to come out and then wound up being pretty good. So
I liked it. The Snark says, I'm Chocobo Racing for the stupid sigil for Titus.
That's so funny.
Wait, Titus? I call him Titus.
I call him Titus.
But there was a show that came out called, like, Titus. I don't know.
There was a show called Titus, but I think it was spelled differently. And also it's an actual person, Christopher Titus.
No, yeah, I know. Yeah, that's what that show was based on.
I don't know. I didn't like Titus. I didn't like Final Fantasy X in general. So I know that's sacrilege, but that's just who I like 7 and I like 9, and I didn't like 10 that much.
Okay, but yeah, he says he doesn't want to live on this planet anymore. I believe it. But I loved Chocobo Racing.
The Snark says, I feel like Robin Graves is one of Reaper's ex-girlfriends. I was thinking very Overwatch heavy when I was thinking of that
really?
too. That's so funny. Yeah, at least that's
Zwazzles, I kept reading Robin's name as Robbing Grace.
Robbing Grace.
I'm going to rob your Grace.
I don't have any. So
Aww,
good luck with that.
That's so sad. You should cosplay as Castiel one day.
If I lose enough weight, I will cosplay as Castiel one day. Glitchgrim says I need that Xbox. I'm not like advocating for Taco Bell or anything. I love me some Taco Bell and I love me some Xbox. So if I had a fucking Xbox that turned on and went bing like the Taco Bell thing, I would like turn it off and go get Taco Bell every time. So
that's genius. Two's-Cat says I go in denial mode when she sees something or they see something odd, strange, ghostly.
I think a lot of people do it. We had that story from like 2 or 3 weeks ago where it was someone who had seen something super creepy when they were a kid, and then like their friend pretended like they had never seen it with them, and they were like the only witness. And I think a lot of people wind up doing that. I see 777 says, "Oh, Robin, you're like Cinderella. That's so nice."
I don't mean to be though.
Yeah, hopefully you don't have an evil stepmother or stepsisters that do terrible things to you.
No, just family.
I saw a meme the other day that was like, Cinderella's not real. If you lose a shoe at midnight, you're fucking drunk. And I was like, yep, that's pretty true. I've never met someone sober that lost a shoe at midnight.
You know what? A dream is a wish your heart makes.
I hate you so much. Welcome, Chessie Cat. We're glad you made it.
Yeah,
you only missed one story
joining.
And some technical difficulties.
Can you Voldemort? He who must not be named.
Yeah, why would you say his name out loud?
I don't know why.
Pave Paradise says, God damn it, Private Pile.
What? What is that?
It's from Full Metal Jacket. D'Onofrio's character is Private Pile.
Oh. See, I need to watch more movies.
Melissa Joan over on YouTube. I don't know why. My stream chat thing over here just shot up, and it's way back in all the stuff that we already read, but there's one message that I didn't read from YouTube, and it says, it's the 31st here in Malaysia, so happy birthday, Robin. Hope you have an amazing one. That's super nice. She wasn't listening, but she appreciates that. Melissa over on YouTube says, it's the 31st here in Malaysia, so happy birthday, Robin. Hope you have an amazing one.
Oh, thank you so much.
Sorry, it's because I'm talking, and if I'm talking, she just turns it off. She doesn't give a shit.
I have selective hearing.
I literally told her what a struggle it was to cook dinner today 4 fucking times before she heard it. And
I was literally
right after that, she looked at me, she's like, is this cream of chicken instead of cream of mushroom? And I just stared at her. I'm like, did you hear anything I said the entire time I was talking? She's like, no. It's just, and we have a podcast together. Okay, Christian Bale on Vice.
Oh my god, my eyes are so squinty.
You're Asian. And you do put like the black makeup on, so it makes it look more narrow, I think. I don't know. I don't know.
Glitch says that's why pirates wore an eye patch. They switched it to the other eye to have night vision.
That is 100% true. Because when you went under the deck,
shut up.
The boards were so like tight and like you couldn't see shit. So when you switched it, then you could see what you were doing and you wouldn't have a combat disadvantage to anyone who was still like underneath the ship who's been like in the darkness.
What?
That's why most pirates wore eye patches, not because they didn't have an eye.
My mind has been blown. Thank you.
Yep. 777 says, I think Mythbusters did a thing about that too. Snipers in the military sometimes wear an eye patch when they're in combat. If they're like laid down very, very low and they're going to be trying to attempting to shoot people at night, they preserve their night vision like by keeping this one completely in the dark so that it's as dilated as possible. So when they look through their scope, they're taking in as much light as possible.
Trip7 says, yo mama's so fat Thanos had to clap.
That's fucking
what
hilarious.
The fuck?
That's rough. I don't know. I don't know why
really
that was said.
Oh my gosh, yo mama jokes. Remember when those were a thing.
Yeah.
I don't even know. What era was that?
The 90s.
90s?
Yeah,
okay.
Like 5th grade for me. I don't remember what year that was, like 94, 95 maybe. So I remember Yo Mama jokes were popular at the same time the song Whoop There It Is was, because the Bulls kept winning championships. And being from Chicago, that was just great. I never thought they would ever lose. That was so cool. I saw Shadow Leg like it was the movie Signs, and I kept walking as if I didn't see it. Sometimes you just gotta ignore that shit.
But it's hard. It's really hard.
I have been waking up a lot in the middle of the night, and it has not been easy to just like ignore the darkness around me, because I'm being woken up and I'm like awake, like wide awake, not just like the close your eyes and just go back to sleep shit. It's like the fuck, man, like I am fully conscious and thinking now, and then I hear every noise in the middle of the night that you don't hear, like the cat using the litter box, and as soon as she starts scooping and kicking,
yesterday.
I was starting to go back to sleep, and then I heard like and I thought it was scratching in the wall, so I woke up like fuck. I was like, oh, okay.
We've
been
watching too much creepy
stuff. The cat's just taking a dump. No big deal.
The Snark says, OMG Robin, the KH3 on PS3. I feel that in my soul.
That's hilarious.
That's hilarious. Yes.
Well, my thing just jumped me to the bottom, so I don't know where you're at, but I'm going to let you finish reading that stuff out. And I'll get my next email already.
What's everyone dressing as tomorrow? That's
a really good question. I'm going to be wearing... you know what? I was going to wear that Baby Shark hat while we handed out candy, and now I'm thinking I'm not going to fucking do that. Also, we went to Costco because we're going to be that house in the neighborhood that hands out full-size candy bars. We're not fucking around, so I'm pretty proud of that.
But we only have like 25 because I already ate a bunch.
We had 30, and now we have less because some people like peanut M&Ms, and I walk by that stupid thing, and I'm like, no, you're going to be good. You're going to be good because you're dieting. And then everyone's fucking taking peanut M&Ms out of the stupid thing.
They're the best.
This is why, as a kid, I never participated in those fundraiser things because I would not be able to take that thing home and not have all that shit eaten and have to find like $60 to pay the school because it's just how it works. So, yeah, that's my plan.
I'll probably be a panda.
You have a panda thing?
Yeah, I have a panda thing.
God, you have so many different outfits. It's ridiculous. I used to have a full-blown Sasquatch costume when I was in high school. It was actually my dad's, but I was the only one that fit it because it's for someone that's like 6 foot or taller. And it was amazing. It was like a $300 thing, and you looked like a gorilla. And I really, really fucking wish I still had it. Like every Halloween, I wish I still had it. Maybe if I get skinnier, I'll just wear eyeliner and then just dress as a pirate. I used to do that in college.
Trip7 says, don't get high on your own supply.
That's funny. That's 100% true. Ulysses over on YouTube says, love peanut M&Ms. I feel like I'm the only person on the planet that likes regular M&Ms more than peanut M&Ms.
Regular M&Ms are empty.
No, they're just smaller.
No, they're empty.
You're empty. That was mean. I'm kidding. Don't get upset. That's the upset face. I knew I fucked up as soon as I said that.
Yogundi says he's rating with a party of 4. How does that work?
What game are you
Twitch?
playing? I'm guessing Yogundi's playing...
No, it just says in the Twitch chat, Yogundi is rating with a party of 4.
Oh, I don't know.
New.
Interesting. I don't know.
What
We've been
are these
hijacked.
special powers?
We've been hacked. They hacked our laundry. I was told recently that you can hack a washer and a dryer and like a crock pot to get into someone's network because it's like an unsecured thing. And I was like, what? Why the fuck would anyone do that? But who knows? That's what happened. That's how Yogundi got that message on there.
Chusty Cat's gonna be a Hufflepuff. Yeah.
I'm a Ravenclaw. Boo. I'm a Death Eater. I want to put the Death Eater tattoo on my forearm every time I go to Universal. When we go to Harry Potter World.
said rainbow. Glitch Grim says drunk.
That's fucking funny.
143 says my work uniform. Two's Cat says a bruja. That's kind of cool.
I'm going as Adam from Scary-ish.
Girl Panic is going to be Mia Wallace from Pulp Fiction.
Is
that
awesome.
Uma Thurman?
That's Uma Thurman.
Oh, nice.
She probably wants to dance like Uma Thurman. Nailed it.
What else is there?
Crispy M&Ms all the way. Crispy M&Ms are really fucking good. They're super underrated.
No.
Winifred Sanderson again. Yeah, the Snark has a great fucking costume. I don't know if we shared it. I think he shared it on the group. But if you haven't seen it yet, go check out his post because it's just fucking perfect. Even as the book, it's so good.
Zwalzo says Harbinger of Death. Pay Paradise says plain M&Ms taste like I hate you.
That's funny. Carly says, I'm going to go ahead and sign off. It's almost midnight here, and I have to take the littles trick-or-treating tomorrow, so sleep deprivation isn't allowed. Happy early birthday, Robin, and good night, everyone. Thank you for joining
Have
us,
a good night,
Carly.
Carly.
We're sorry it's
Have
so late.
fun.
Bye. Good night.
Let's see.
We're caught up, so I'm going to go ahead and
What,
now...
you are?
Yeah,
I'm not.
I'm at the bottom right now.
Yogundi says Resident Evil 7 Biohazard.
Okay.
Trip7 says I'm going to be a nursing textbook. Glitch Grim says playing Resident Evil. I was watching earlier. Oh, cool. Okay. Miss D says I love plain M&Ms. empty like my heart. No.
That's so fucking funny. I don't know. I really like the quick chocolate fix than having to like chew and chew and chew the fucking peanut. So, but I don't know. I'm weird like that.
What? Thank you so much for streaming us on your Twitch.
Who's streaming us on their Twitch? Oh, thank you very much, Yogandi. We appreciate that. Thank you so much.
All right.
All right. I'm going to move into my next story. Is that okay? Can I do that now?
Yeah.
Okay. So I'm going to move on to my next story. This is my second one of the night. And this one's subject is because it's blank.
Oh.
So it starts out like this. Hey, Adam and Robin. Hello. My name is Alex, short for Alejandra, and they put in the pronunciation. Ow, you're poking me with your wand. That sounded weird. They put in the pronunciation. Like don't worry, I'm not going to mispronounce Alejandra because of the song Alejandro by Lady Gaga. So shout out to her. I am 23 and I'm from Pennsylvania. I've been listening to your podcast since February through iTunes. So shout out to iTunes, I guess.
That's awesome.
And it's so funny because the way I discovered it was at work. I was bored out of my mind and nodding off when I thought if I listen to something scary, that'll wake me up. But it can't be something too scary because then I won't sleep tonight. So I, no lie, searched scary-ish stories.
That's hilarious.
I think that's why we came up with it, which is sad because it took us, honestly, it probably took us like
a week.
Yeah, it took us like 7 to 10 days to figure out the name scary-ish.
And I just said it randomly, and Adam was like,
boom.
Yes, that's it.
We're done. We're done thinking of stuff.
So...
I scrolled past all the scary pictured ones because I was like, nah, that's too intense, until I stumbled upon that cute little ghost and listened to the pilot episode.
Yay!
And I've been a fan since. I'm very happy to hear that.
Yeah, that's awesome.
Exactly what I was looking for, and I just wanted to formally thank you guys.
Thank you for listening.
Yeah, we appreciate it. Also, I talk to my fiance about you guys all the time, saying how similar you guys are to us. There's a 3-year gap between us. He's older, and he never gets my SpongeBob references, and I don't get most of his references, and I'm always kiddingly like, it's because you're so freaking old, dude.
Oh, no.
That is just like us, and I can't stand it. Then he freaks out saying, we're literally only 3 years apart.
It's because you got to be on that USS Imagination.
I can't stand you right now. Also, I asked him if he saw Zaboomafoo as a kid, and he was like, bless you? Honestly, there's just some age where you just don't know what the hell Zaboomafoo is. So I can relate to your pain, Robin. Sorry for the long intro, but it was long overdue.
It was good.
It was excellent. Oh, and by the way, you are definitely okay with sharing my story. Cool. So here's the story. My family is from Mexico, so most of the stories I will be sending here on out are from when they lived there because a shit ton of scary stuff went down. This story was told to me by my grandma and my aunt, my dad's mother and sister. Okay. This story takes place in the late 70s. At the time, my aunt was about 7 years old. She was the biggest tomboy. She loved being outside, climbing trees, playing with the neighborhood kids, and she was always getting into some kind of trouble. The family all lived in the same house. It was a very large house where there's like a big courtyard in the middle and surrounding it are the rooms. That's fucking awesome.
Nice.
This is a general picture of what I mean, or you can Google hacienda or Roman style villa. And they attached a picture as well, so it looks just like you're imagining. So it was around 9 p.m. and in Mexican culture, they have a light meal/snack around 3 hours after dinner called merienda. I think I said that right. I hope I did. Everyone was gathering... I hate you so much.
Sorry,
she's leaning across me right now to check it. I keep my font small, so I don't think you're going to be able to see it without your glasses.
No, I'm blind.
Everyone was gathering in the dining room to eat. My aunt was being stubborn and whining, saying she didn't want to eat, so my grandma got fed up and scolded my aunt and told her to go outside to the patio/courtyard. My aunt went outside and was crying for a while when she saw something in the sky. It's probably Superman.
UFO?
Gotta be Superman. She saw what she thought was a star, but it kept getting bigger and bigger because it was getting closer.
UFO.
So my aunt went to the glass sliding door that led to the dining room, and my grandma saw her, but was ignoring her at first, thinking my aunt was just trying to get attention. But my aunt was pounding on the door, repeatedly yelling, "Come look at this. You need to come look at it." So finally my grandma was like, fine, I'll go.
Hilarious.
I love how this story is written. It's perfect. When my grandma looked up at the sky, she could not believe her eyes. It was what appeared to be a witch.
No
What
way.
the fuck? I just got cold chills.
Wasn't.
I was thinking aliens for sure.
I thought it was aliens.
There was a full moon that night, and it was very big, and the way their house was located, when you looked at the moon, it was not up in the sky, but in the horizon. My grandma said that when she looked at it, it was sitting on what appeared to be a broom, but the brush part of the broom looked like it was a giant ball of fire, and she was dressed in all black, and had a black pointy hat just like they're portrayed, which is hilarious because we didn't fucking plan this and we're reading it on Halloween.
Yeah.
And Robin's dressed like a witch, but not the traditional witch.
Oh, haha.
Yeah, you are.
Yeah,
You're a Hufflepuff witch. I kind of thought the story was bullshit after she said that, but the fact that she not only saw it was what made me believe her. But that not only she saw it, that's how it was written. Excuse me. My grandma then yelled to everyone else in the house that there was a witch out there. Instead, my grandma's brother grabbed his gun and ran outside. When he pulled the trigger, the bullets wouldn't come out. He tried several times to no avail. Afterwards, they all saw this witch back off and fly away. Afterwards, my grandmother said that the witch was probably going after my aunt, since witches were known to steal infants/children to use them for sacrifices or consume them. Thankfully, no one was hurt. Once again, sorry the story is pretty long, and I hope you guys liked it. Alex.
Thank you so much,
I really liked
Alex.
it.
Yeah,
it's really good. That was
like a twist I was not expecting.
What a twist.
I thought it was going to be aliens and some UFO, but I would have never expected a
Where
witch.
my head went at the end of this story when the witch flies away is that what if the witch totally existed and the grandma was 100% friends with that witch, and the grandma was like, yo, dog, come scare the shit out of my daughter because she's being a little fucking brat. And the witch just flew by, was like, no gunshots, and then flew away. Oh, my God. Like, that'd just be so funny to me if that was the case. But that was a really, really good story and perfectly appropriate for Halloween, too. So I really appreciate that one. Thank you so much for sending it in. It looks like 143am has donated 100 bits to us on
Thank you so much.
The Twitch. And thank you. We appreciate that 100%. So cool. Let's take a quick break and look over into Twitch stream chat and see what you guys had to say. I'm
Glitch
so
says
fucking bad about that.
31 and watch the hell out of SpongeBob. I got you, Robin. Yeah. SpongeBob's great. You got to watch it. I mean, some of my coworkers say it's really annoying having their kids actually like watch it and stuff like that because it's on YouTube now apparently. But
everything's on YouTube.
We're on YouTube. It's just so funny.
We didn't even set up a YouTube account. It just showed up, and then you guys started following it.
Like my sister and I always say like Weast, because there's an episode about Weast and Wumbo, and yeah, I don't know. It's just good.
She doesn't get my SpongeBob references, and I don't get her SpongeBob references, and she does not get my Simpsons references. So yeah, the more painful thing is not getting Simpsons references because they're amazing.
Simpsons is good. I watched a couple episodes. My friends growing up, like my best friends growing up, watched it like religiously. They had like a
couple episodes. I watched like 14, 15 seasons like religiously.
Whatever. Anyway, Meadow says he has joined us.
Yay!
He was playing the Fallout 76 beta, which I missed tonight.
What? I didn't know they were doing it again tonight.
Yeah, there was a lot of PC issues though.
Then the baby needed a bath. Oh, we got to meet the baby. We got to come over and give you guys diapers. We got to I'm going to hit you up before we come over so we know what size diapers we should get.
Yeah.
We have a friend who just had a kid, and that thing's a monster already. He's wearing like 6 to 12 month clothes, and I think he's like 4 months.
Yeah, he's
3 or 4 months. So 777 has redeemed Ask a Question, and the question doesn't say anything. Or at least it's not coming through. It just says 777. So maybe they went to ask a question and they just put their name in. Or maybe this thing is not working. That's also possible.
Or maybe
you can always just ask your question in chat because those things are just for funsies.
Yeah, those are just for fun. But
the Snark says, I never heard of Zaboomafoo until this podcast.
Yeah, Miss Deezy says she's been listening for a bit and still doesn't know what the hell Zaboomafoo is.
That's hilarious. It's a kid show with a mascot that's a lemur, and they learn stuff. It's like Dora the Explorer, but she's not Mexican. She's a lemur. So I think that's the best way to describe it. I don't know. I've never seen either one of those programs.
Okay. Girl Panic says, literally listened to the Zaboomafoo theme song this morning. I always, like sometimes randomly when we're going somewhere, like we're going out of the house or something, I'm always like, we're going to the closet. We're going on a trip.
Don't know. Says,
it's something from Zaboomafoo.
Glitch Grim says it's aliens. It's aliens. My favorite thing from Robin on Nerd Chills. I've completely forgotten about pretty much everything we did over on Nerd Chills.
Wait, what did I say?
I don't know. Robin used to she doesn't talk a lot on the old Nerd Chills podcast, but when she'd say stuff, it was like such gold that I used to clip it out. I used to take it out and put it on repeat and play it super loud in the apartment. So Charlie, Robin, and I could hear her being like, Hatsune Miku! Hatsune Miku!
I remember that.
It was
horrible.
So fucking funny. That's why I still post that sort of stuff to the Patreon for people to listen to, because it's like, she's a soundbite machine. She really is.
777 says, how is the beta? Is the full game worth it? I am totally excited to get Fallout 76. I think it's worth it. For $60, you get to play Fallout with your friends.
I will say they warned everyone that the beta wasn't going to be good, but
it's amazing. It's gorgeous. The graphics are absolutely incredible. You can see the detail and all the objects you pick up.
As soon as we started that game up, I was like, this does not look like a beta.
No,
this looks so much better than Fallout 4.
And the fact that I get to play it with my friends is awesome.
I got to level 5 and started PvPing.
Oh my god, PvP was brutal.
I really enjoy it so far. Chessie Cat has donated 200 bits. We really appreciate that. Thank you so much, Chessie Cat. I'm a little bit annoyed that I can't see the thing. Like, it usually pops up. The alert usually pops up when people donate as bits.
Oh, I saw it.
Did it come up?
Oh, I thought I saw it.
She thinks she saw it. So
I don't know. But
hopefully it did, but we're giving you the shout out anyways.
But no, yeah, Fallout 76 was super amazing to play it. And we only got to play it for 4 hours, I think. But we got into the PvP and we got murdered a bunch, but we murdered people a bunch. And so it was really cool. And the greatest part is, are we allowed to talk about this?
We're not really disseminating too much, so I'm not going to worry about it. Another 100 bits from Chessie Cat.
Thank you
and I'm
so
telling
much.
you, it's popping up over on that side, on the right side of the screen, but we're not getting the main alert in the middle, and that's just really, really annoying. So
when did it
sorry,
stop?
Chessie Cat.
That's so weird.
I don't know, and it's been working for the bits all the time, so that sucks.
But so when you scrap your items, to get materials, you don't have to leave it in that workshop. You carry it with you.
I don't know if that's gonna persist through the beta and move into the regular game.
Yeah, but that was my favorite part of playing the beta, was not having to worry about which workshop I'm leaving my crap in. It was just so cool.
The Snark says, is Zaboomafoo like the Berenstein Bears? Does it exist? Does it not exist, but the public believes it's real? I think it's all a big lie. So I think it's 100% a conspiracy that Robin's cooked up with countless strangers and family to just make me feel embarrassed and stupid. So that's just where I'm at. Zwazzle says, dude, anytime I was in Mexico, I believed anything they told me because they believe it so intensely. Yeah, I had a family member that went to Mexico, and they were not well. And because they were not well mentally, they were feared as being possessed, and the kids in the neighborhood would throw rocks at them because they legitimately thought like the devil was in him. So that's a 100% true story. And it's like, it's kind of hard to tell people like, yeah, he's just mentally ill, like he's not possessed, like he's just sort of batshit crazy. It's like, do you see the shit he's doing? Like, he's possessed. It's like, okay, yeah, well, maybe you're right. Maybe I don't know. So that's true. They do believe it incredibly intensely, and sometimes they might be right. ASFD over in YouTube, who has just the best username I've ever seen, says, what? It's your birthday, Robin. Happy birthday.
Yeah, my birthday is on Halloween. I am a Halloween baby. So
happy birthday.
Thank you.
Chessie Cat donated 100 bits, and when she donated 100 bits, or he, whatever, I'm pretty sure it's a she, they put the happy birthday logo that got dropped in the mug.
Oh.
And it says happy birthday, Robin. So
I
awesome.
wish my screen doesn't show me what the actual things look like. I wish I could see them bigger.
They're so tiny, but I think that's it right there. It's a birthday cake.
That's
you can
so
see them
cute.
right there.
I didn't realize you could do that.
Yeah, there's a lot of stuff we don't really know about Twitch, so I think that's
amazing.
just glaringly obvious at this point. But I'm at the bottom of the chat, so I don't know if you have more stuff to go.
Meadows is starting to stream. That's cool. You should send us your... Oh, wait, it's right here.
Obviously. So
I'm stupid. Okay, and then Albrain says, would you guys ever do Nerd Chills again? I know Adam wants to do more gaming news stuff again.
Yeah, I want to do like a gaming news show that would be like maybe 30 minutes, and it would just be me just like going through the headlines really fast and giving like brief thoughts on them. And then I also want to do a movie podcast. We've talked about that for a while.
Yeah, so. The movie podcast. Probably Nerd Chills, though, is...
I wouldn't say it would be whatever I would want to do video game-wise would be called Nerd Chills again.
No, it wouldn't. It's kind of dead. So...
Yeah, I don't think it would be resurrected. I think it would just be a new thing.
We're not necromancers. It doesn't work that way.
Zwazzle said to Glitch, I never watched Zaboomafoo, and every time it was mentioned, I was like, what the fuck is that? But someone posted a picture in the Facebook group not long ago, and I suddenly remembered and had a Eminem meets Santa moment. They do exist. That's fucking funny.
That's hilarious.
All right.
All right. So is it my turn?
It is your turn. Do a transition, pretty please.
So going into our next story, this one goes. Well, the title is "Sleepwalking?" ? It goes, "Hello, Robin and Adam."
Hello.
Hello. I'm Natalie, and I love your podcast. I have a weird story to tell you, and for some background, I have never sleepwalked in my life, and that's all. All right.
Good backstory. Nice You're not a sleepwalker. Good to know, because I have a feeling that you're about to sleepwalk, and it's going to get fucking creepy.
So one day, a year ago or so, I was packing for a camping trip. Around this time, I got a terrible migraine, so my solution to this is to take naps, and it helps me. So I told my mom, I'm going to go take a nap to help this. And my mom said, okay. So I did. Know this, I do not remember a lot of this. So I'm going with what my mom and little sister's story was.
Yep. This is going to get creepy.
Really?
Yep. We were at, just a side note, we were at a birthday dinner for Robin recently. You going to sneeze?
No.
You made it through? Cool. And my dad had taken us out. And I brought up the word sleepwalking. And he just looked at me. He's like, do you still do that? And I was like, no. He's like, the shit you used to do. I'm like, yeah, I know. I don't need to hear about it anymore. I've been shamed my entire life for this. So let's get into this one.
My mom said, we were getting back from the store when we heard you upstairs thinking you were up. We called your name. You walked downstairs crying, so I asked you what happened. You said, I don't remember, sobbing. I noticed something was off. Then I saw your eyes. They were kind of white out.
That's super creepy. Fucking creepy, yeah.
My mom took me to the dining room and asked me questions like, what's your sister's name? And I said, I don't remember.
Wow.
That's really creepy. Then asked for my cat's name, and I said, Piston, which is right.
You remember the cat, but not your sister.
Like,
that's fucked up.
I hate my siblings.
That's
I don't
so
need to remember
funny.
their names. No, but then what scares me the most was when she when she asked me if I had a dog, and if so, what's his name? I said, I don't know. And why this scares me is because I think I was somewhat awake and in my head screaming, it's Bertram. But I can only say I don't know and I don't remember.
That's fucking so weird.
I was screaming and scared my head when this happened because I didn't know why I couldn't say it. My mom realized I was somewhat asleep and led me to my bed. She said I knocked out once I was on the bed. That's my story. Sorry for the mistakes. I'm in the car typing on my phone. Forgot to say Spotify for life.
Wow.
Love you guys and hope you have a scariest time.
Thank you for sending that in. That's super creepy.
Yeah, thank you so much.
I've never had the experience when I was sleepwalking where I was awake enough where I knew I was like existing in the world but couldn't control my body. That would be 100% terrifying. Yeah. That's what I imagine like when we watch shows like The Exorcist. Like that's what I imagine possession is like. Where you can see through your eyes, you see all the shit happening and like someone's just at the helm. Someone's just controlling your body and you can't do anything.
My fear is that the part of The Exorcist where she's laying there and there's someone else in the room with her, talking to her, making her do these things, and she has no control over it, and no one else can see it.
Yeah.
Like, that freaks me out.
Yeah, sleepwalking is definitely a super creepy experience. I've woken up while sleepwalking and been like, where the fuck am I? Like, that has happened to me multiple times in my life, so I'm very happy that I don't have that happen anymore.
Yeah.
Cool. So let's check out. That was a really short story, actually. But let's go over and look at what happened over on Stream Chat and what you guys said. So the first thing I see when I look over here is Brujas. So, yeah, maybe.
Let's see. Nerd Chills were born. Geek Chills. Chill Nerds.
God.
Hi. Welcome to Chili's.
That's a good one.
Nerd Chills Tokyo Drift. That's amazing.
777. I need friends. Ha 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 hoo.
Meadow says, I shall rally the people to this. Dude, I feel like Nerd Chills just wasn't that good. And I am guilty of not putting my weight in to that show.
You are guilty of that. Miss Deezy has cheered 1,000 bits. Thank you so much, Miss Deezy. We
thank you so much. It worked that time.
Says, I'm going to head out now, but I just wanted to say that the Haunting on Carolina Street story was a great listen. Thanks for putting your family stuff out there. It was a great listen. You're welcome.
Thank you so much, Miss
I almost didn't do it, to be honest with you. And I had talked to my dad multiple times before this episode to try and get all my facts straight and get as many of the stories as I could, you know. And
thank you so much.
Yeah, we appreciate it.
Yeah, we're so glad you guys liked that episode.
Yeah, there's a lot still out there that I don't have full details on that I decided not to share, mainly because like I mentioned in the episode, I don't really talk to my aunt or my uncle anymore, and they had a lot of stuff happen. That house, they really all believe truly deeply that house destroyed their family.
Yeah.
So it's all really, really fucked up shit. And there's other stories about my grandfather that maybe I'll bring up later on because I saw the thing about Bruja over there. I've definitely heard my grandfather talked about by a lot of my relatives who aren't my direct family as a brujo. So, and like crazy shit that happened back in the day. But when I get more about that, I'll talk about it. 777 has redeemed Ask a Question. And it says, did Adam Edit come to the basement on that episode? You're goddamn right I did. So Robin,
I had no idea. I was literally in the car this morning. We were doing errands all morning, and then I was looking in the Discord, and someone was like, "Guys, this creepy thing happened," and I was just looking, "What are they all talking about? I don't understand. What is going on?" And so I asked Adam, and he's just like, "Oh yeah, I just edited this thing in." I was like, "You're a mean, horrible person."
I also put in footsteps very, very quietly when I'm talking about the dreams that my father used to have and how he would wake up, and then I talk about what the sound was that he heard was footsteps. I think I might have put it in too quietly because no one really noticed that. But I definitely put in my whispering of "come to the basement" over and over, and I thought no one was going to notice it, to be honest with you. And then everyone's like, "I think I'm losing my mind."
Yeah, you guys are so funny.
Pretty happy about that. I do the post-production for the show. Like, Robin is the artist. Robin draws all this stuff, and she takes care of all the logos. She handles a lot of the stuff when we're shipping stuff out to you guys. She's great with that. And on the other side of it, like, I'm the audio guy, so I'll set the stream up, and then I'll edit the episode. So if there's something that's been snuck in there, I have said before that Robin is the biggest troll I met. She trolls me. She doesn't want to troll you guys. So, and that wasn't exactly me trolling you guys. That was me making it just a little bit of extra scariness, because when I was told that story, that's how I was told that story. Like, they told me, like, they whispered, "Come to the basement. Come to the basement. Come." And they kept fucking saying it, and I was a kid, and it was terrifying. So I'm like, let's just give them a little taste of what I had to go through.
Nathan C says, "Too nerd, too chill."
That's pretty good. Taylor Dominguez over on YouTube says, "Birthday."
Aww.
Actually, no. I'm sorry. I scroll up. It says happy, and then it says birthday. So happy birthday.
In school, did you ever have like a happy birthday chant that you guys did? Because happy birthday is trademarked and you can't sing the song.
The happy birthday chant that we did was the happy birthday song, because our teachers were like, they can suck a dick. They're never going to know that we're singing this.
Oh,
and also, it's become public domain since then, and you can sing it whenever the fuck you want.
Oh, nice.
They can sing it at restaurants now.
Ours was like a weird chant thing in private school where everyone like had to cheer during it. It was strange, but it was, I mean, if you talk to anybody that went to that school, they would like know it right off the top of their head. Okay.
Taylor over on YouTube also says, my doggo won't let me type. Sorry. Yeah, my cat's that exact same way. Happy birthday in all caps.
Thank you so much. You're a wizard, Harry. I'm just like,
you're a wizard, Harry. Is anyone else noticing that down here, the little the pogs that are going on, some of them keep moving in the bottom of the glass?
That's creepy.
Yeah. I mean, it happens sometimes, but sometimes they just sit still, and I'm just looking at this face down here, like moving around. Like I feel like it's trying to watch me, but I mean, it's watching all of us. So.
Let's see. Albrain says, "Nerd Chills: The Return of the Nerds." I love that movie. I don't know why. Revenge of the Nerds. Yeah.
I didn't like any of the Nerds movies growing up.
I like them.
With you. I thought it was weird that this chick fucks this dude and thinking it's her boyfriend is like, nope, different dude. I fuck better. Like, even as a kid, I'm like, that's pretty fucking rapey. And now as an adult, I'm just like, you could not make that scene. Like, you just couldn't pull that off.
I don't know. Anyway, Two's Cat says, "Live free or chill hard."
That's pretty
That
good.
one's really good. 777, Lord of the Nerds, Return of the Chill.
These are ridiculous, but I love all of them. Yeah, what I will say about Nerd Chills is that one was a passion project of mine and CJ's. And I like to grab a bunch of news articles and just like drop them in a Google document. And then Charlie joined us as well, and Robin would join us as well. But like I was doing a lot of stuff to try and like make sure we had a lot of current topics. And at some point, it really just felt like it was time to move on to something new. And we really didn't have a format to move to, and everyone was having different scheduling conflicts.
Yeah.
CJ lives across the country, so we were having to do a Skype call and syncing the audio. It was a lot of trouble to get that podcast on its feet. And as everyone's life was kind of advancing to a different stage, like I got a different position, CJ's a salesperson, Charlie's also in retail, so her schedule's crazy. So it was just very, very difficult. And I was just like, you know what, let's shut this thing down, and we can retool it later, or rebirth it again if we want to. But I just don't think that's going to be the case, because everyone's just kind of moving along. So if we do something, I think I would prefer to just do something solo, so I wouldn't drag people along. And when you have podcasts, you have to have a very specific vision in mind from all the parties involved. So when you have 4 people hosting a podcast, everyone's going to have a different idea of what they want that podcast to be.
And I mean, for us, sometimes it's even hard to do this podcast, like to get time to do it.
I honestly didn't want to do the Russian sleep experiment. Like Robin will tell you that. Like I was kind of opposed to that. I'm like, I don't really want to do creepypastas. I don't want to do stuff that's fake. And she really was like, she was like, I really just want to read this story. And up front, I'll say like, this is not true. Like this is a work of fiction, but it's really good and it's creepy. And I'm like, that is true. That's kind of what our podcast is about. It's not like true scary stories.
No.
It's legitimately just, oh, shut up. It's legitimately about.
It's like an inside thing.
It's stupid. But anyways, it's just something where I was like, I didn't want to do that. She wanted to do it, and she was 100% right. And people really enjoyed that. And because of that, that's why I have an idea about what I want to give you guys tomorrow for Halloween. Because I wouldn't have thought of that without her, like wanting to do something a little bit different. So, anyways, let's keep scrolling on here. I think of the Ren and Stimpy song.
Says, "Oh, dude, it's 12:03 a.m. for me. Happy birthday, Robin. Thank you." I'm very afraid of getting older, but what are you going to do?
30 was the best year of my life. 33's been pretty good, too. Did get laid off, but hey, fuck it.
Thank you so much, Miss Daisy, for the birthday wishes. Let's see.
And then the best pod was born, says Glitch Grim. I really do enjoy this podcast. We had an idea.
Really fun.
We had an idea for the format. We wanted to keep it simple.
I didn't think this was actually going to be like a thing.
I didn't think people would listen. I thought we would have fun doing it, and then I didn't think anyone was going to listen, to be honest with you.
And then, like, I remember when Sam showed up, and she was the first one to be like, guys, do this.
We were like, she's from Isle of Man? Where the fuck is Isle of Man?
It was incredible. Like, I was just mind blown.
Glitch says, I need to talk to Adam. I have some questions about setting up a pod. Someone else emailed storytime@scarish.com, and they're like, hey, what do I need? And that email I sent them, I broke it apart where it's like quick version, shorter version, or like longer version, super long version. And I will tell you whatever you want to know. And I usually break it down like, this is the easiest way to get started. This is how we got started. This is how I wish we would have started, because you make some mistakes. The one thing I will say, every single minute I spent learning how to edit in Audacity is a waste of fucking time that I should have spent learning how to edit in Reaper, because Reaper is the best program on the face of the planet for editing anything in audio. If you say otherwise, fight me. So, just saying. Ow.
He asked for it.
Adam, you need this candle I light for jobs. It works. Yeah, I do. I just redid my resume. I'm really excited. It's got a really good format to it, and I'm really feeling good about this next couple places I apply to.
Wait, candle I light for jobs?
I think it's kind of like how we have charms for stuff.
Oh, ooh, that'd be great.
The Snark says I turned 30 in May. 30's just a good year. Wow. It really is.
Like, I mean, I'm not 30 yet, but next year.
Yeah, it'll be
a bigger thing. I'm gonna totally have like, I don't know, gravestones or something back here.
777 says I think the proper pod formula is 1 to 2 hosts and 1 to 2 guests. I honestly like having 2 hosts for sure, a third chair that rotates, and then every now and then you have a 4th chair. But it depends on the content. If it's a lot of storytelling, I think 2 people is perfect. It's like My Favorite Murder does 2 people. We do 2 people. If it's something that's news oriented, I think either 1 or 3.
Last podcast on the left does 3.
I don't listen to it. The only time I hear it is when I get into your car.
Oh.
And they're so loud and they scream. If I say the F word too many times, I look over and she is just glaring at me. And then I get into her car and I listen to the last podcast on the left, and it's just like fucking molestation jokes and like ridiculous, horrible jokes. And I'm like, are you serious right now? Like, you get mad at me for stupid stuff? And you're like, yeah, but like our niece listens to this podcast. I'm like, oh yeah, I guess that's a good point.
Yeah. All right. What else? Zwazzle says that they heard the footsteps and thought that it was a sound of movement on our end. Like we were just making...
Nope.
Yeah. 777 says you guys are like the left and right sides of the brain. I guess, sort of, kind of.
Yeah. I'm creative in different ways. I think we're both pretty creative.
You're the
people.
side of the brain that they shoved the ice pick too hard into.
I hate you so much. As soon as you started that sentence, I knew it was going to be mean. Meadow says, Adam, you don't have your phone on you. Shame, because I just sent you a pic. Hopefully it's your penis. And I just realized I have no idea where my phone is. So
I only know where my phone is.
I will message you back after this.
Pave Paradise says, I think of the Ren and Stimpy birthday song. I don't remember that one.
I don't either.
Oh, is that the one, Happy Happy Joy Joy?
Yeah, I think that's just their song in general.
Oh, okay. I don't remember. Girl Panic. I was in a summer program when it was someone's B-day, and we'd sing This Is Your Birthday song. It isn't very long. That's it.
The song that I sing, I always call my friends and family on their birthdays and sing happy birthday. I forgot to call my best friend on his birthday for the first time since 7th grade. I called him like 4 days late, and I feel like shit about it, but I still sang him happy birthday. But to my mom, I sing the birthday song from the episode of The Simpsons where Bart writes a birthday song for Lisa. Because that's one of her favorite episodes of The Simpsons. I fucking love that episode. It's the episode that Michael Jackson was on. And then they said, like, oh, it's not Michael Jackson, it's a voice impersonator. And then Michael Jackson was like, no, it was me. So that's just it's the Lisa, It's Your Birthday song. If you've ever heard it, I grew up and I saw that and I was a kid and my mom loved that song, so I always try and sing it to her on her birthday. So you complete each other.
Aw, that's sweet. Two's Cat says that the candle, I think, is called Abre Caminos.
Okay. Sounds good. I need to get in on that.
But 31 blows, things hurt that I didn't know could hurt.
I will say your body starts doing things like the amount of time I have put in to working out to lose weight. When I was in my 20s, I would have lost twice as much and twice as fast. And it's not that I haven't lost weight and I'm still going because there's progress, but there's sometimes I get on the scale and I literally look at the scale. I'm like, fuck you. It makes me so mad. And I know it's because I'm in my 30s and that shit just happens, but man, it's just annoying.
777 says, man, y'all making me feel like a baby at 24. Amber's 26.
Girl Panic 23.
Wow, everyone's you guys are so young. 22. What the hell?
Yeah,
y'all are babies.
All right. We're just chatting now. We're just talking to you guys as these are coming in, and I know it's late for a lot of you guys, so let me get back to my last one of the night.
Oh, but then I still have one.
I know. Okay. I have one, and then you have one.
Okay, go.
And then we'll chat with you guys some more. So, okay. This next one is the last one that I have for the night, and the subject is Hello, Prophetic Dreams, and the Countrywide Goodbye. So that's a really long subject. And what?
Interested.
Are you?
Yeah, I'm
It's
very
an attention
intrigued.
grabber. And the email starts out like this. Hi, Robin and Adam.
Hi.
Hello. You guys haven't fucked up our names in a while, and we do appreciate that because we've had a lot of emails for like a period of time.
Name to Robin Graves.
Wow. Well, they don't put your last name on here, so no big deal. But I've been hooked on you guys for the past 6 months, not just for the spooks, but also your dynamic. Well, thank you very much. We appreciate that. Both as podcast co-hosts and as a couple who have me constantly and inappropriately laughing at work. In parentheses, and more recently on a plane full of people.
Oh, that's so cute.
That's hilarious. I'm glad that you guys enjoy us.
I randomly laugh out in public sometimes, and Adam's like, "Why are you laughing?" I don't understand.
I laugh like when I'm listening to whatever podcast I'm listening to. But you'll just be looking at your phone. Like you'll be running into poles while you walk, and then you'll like laugh because you're like seeing a new meme. And then she tries to show it to me like while I'm driving, like today. And I'm just like, I can't. I'm just like looking over, and I know my face is, I can't fucking read that. I'm driving. And then she was just like, oh, I'll show it to you when we stop so you can read it. I was like, yeah, that's probably a good idea.
I love reading manga because I'm in my own little world of romance and adorableness. And then I'll just start laughing randomly or squealing because someone finally kissed someone, or
she starts losing her mind.
Yeah,
it's so
and then
funny.
the volume ends and I get irritated. But,
yeah, books end sometimes. I remember the feeling of sitting down and just reading a book from cover to cover and just staying up as long as I needed to, and then being like, shit, now I have to wait for the next one to come out. This is going to take forever. And if you read Game of Thrones, you really wait.
Right? I was going to say.
Holy shit.
George R. Martin's like, I'll get redirect, son.
All right, I'm going to get back to this email because it's long. In a recent, and in parentheses, probably like months ago now, live stream, someone brought up a story of a loved one. I like that they know how far behind we are, so they're like, probably months ago.
Thank you.
Accurate. Someone brought up a story of a loved one visiting the entire family to say goodbye. This, in turn, reminded me of a tragic part of my childhood that rocked a community to its core. Holy shit. I was in middle school at the time and had recently moved from Houston to Indianapolis for various reasons, and I had a tough time making friends with people.
That's a really big change.
That is, and that's really big different culture, too, from Texas to really Indianapolis. Mainly people were racist and cruel, and I couldn't get with it. So I turned to talking with my Texas friends whenever I had the chance. I'm from Indiana, and I can say, like, yeah, I had to deal with a lot of that shit growing up, too. I was the only Puerto Rican kid, and it kind of fucking sucked.
And I'm from Texas, so I know the other side of that little pendulum thingy.
Right. So, anyways, a few weeks before Christmas break, my friends and I had a lengthy conversation about plans we intended to carry out when I got back into town. I couldn't have been more excited to see the friends I had missed so dearly. A couple of nights later, I had a strange dream. I found myself standing on a deserted overpass on a highway. There was darkness everywhere save for a lone street lamp illuminating the spot in front of me.
That's creepy.
Underneath the light was a dark blue 1990s sedan. In parentheses, this was super important later. I walked towards the car to get a better look inside, but what looked like blood covered every window.
Shut up.
And nothing was visible through it. As I reached out to touch the window, a large sound as if metal was being shredded like paper snapped me out of my dream. Sweating and unsure what stirred this nightmare, I went to the kitchen to chug a glass of water.
Oh, man.
Yeah, I think I know where this is going, too.
Oh, please, no murder.
As I turned, I don't know about that. I'm thinking it's a car accident.
Oh, okay.
As I turned the corner from my room, I saw a black, smoky figure standing next to my sink. It came towards me quickly, knocking a pan that was in the drying rack to the floor with a loud crash. My hair blew back as if I had just opened the door during frigid winter. A feeling of sadness, fear, but also comfort washed over me. Before I could react, my mom ran into the room to ask me what I thought I was doing up so late, not believing that I didn't knock over the pan and to get back to bed. Fast forward 2 days when my sister called me to the basement asking if two names sounded familiar. After a quick response of yes, she bluntly replied, "They're dead." Holy shit, man. That's some cold-ass shit.
Oh,
I hardly heard the snapback from my mom, and I ran upstairs to the phone. I rang another mutual friend. She sounded so normal at first, but when I got to the question I feared, she got silent and confirmed that 2 nights ago, so the night she had the nightmare, A group of my friends ran out of gas on the way back from a concert. The older boy who had driven them called his father for help and was instructed to stay in the car. Minutes later, a highly intoxicated driver decided to use the emergency lane as an exit lane and hit the back of their car doing 90-plus miles an hour.
Oh, my God.
That is fucked up, dude. As a kid, you don't think anything like that's going to happen, and, like, you do stupid stuff when you're driving your car. But, like, as an adult and you have more of that shit start to happen, and you see more of your friends pass away in automobile accidents, like, there's times where we're driving and I just see something happen, and I'm like, man, that could have gone a different way. And I'll ask her while we're driving. I'll ask Robin, like, do you ever think about, like, what would happen if this happened? Like, you start thinking about different scenarios where, like, just something slightly different and you could have died while you were driving. And she has the same thing that runs through her head. And I think that happens the older you get. And it's shit like this that makes you start doing that. So let me get back to it. Janet died on impact. Another friend I grew up with, Megan, survived in agony for another 20 minutes before passing away. And by some miracle, the last person in the back seat, CJ, who was thought to be dead on arrival, they found his pulse at the morgue. Holy shit. Managed to survive along with the young driver and his other passenger. To say I was in shock and heartbroken was an understatement. Instead of flying back for a fun visit, I was flying back for 2 funerals.
That's really crappy.
That's horrible.
That dude, what the fuck is his... Oh, I hate people. I hate irresponsible people.
Yeah. Shit. My email just jumped to the very bottom of it for some reason, so I'm going to move it back up and start reading again.
You know, it'd be really nice.
Having an extra USB port so I could use a mouse instead of tapping.
Touch screen.
Yeah, that would be nice, but I don't have the money for that.
Mine was really cheap, just saying.
Well, awesome for you. Anyways, getting back to it. After much pleading, my parents moved us back to Houston 5 months later, and I was able to attend the trial. The first set of crime scene photos were hard to bear, but not solely on their content. In parentheses, warning, graphic, which is good to know because anyone who's squeamish can skip forward. The first photo was of a dark blue 1990s sedan under a lone streetlight. From the trunk to the back of the back seat no longer existed, and what was supposed to be the head of my friend, which had been shoved through the glass in the rear driver's side window on impact, pouring out blood. Holy shit.
Fuck no.
I instantly recalled my nightmare and cried out, having to run from the courtroom. After the first day of the trial, a group of us sat around and tried to pull ourselves together and talk about our favorite memories. The sister of one of the deceased chimed in to say her sister, Megan, and Janet came in that night to tell her goodbye. They'd had a fight about Megan skipping her birthday party to go to the concert that night. She woke up late to find her sister kneeling down to kiss her and tell her she was sorry, then closed the door gently as she left. Shaken, I told her my experience with the dream.
Oh
I have
my
so,
God.
like,
I
my
have
fucking
chills.
arms are just covered right now.
I have chills, dude.
I told her my experience with the dream and shadow in the kitchen, which made my friends and family chime in excitedly to say that they experienced the same states apart. Janet was more than just a friend to me. She was the first girl I ever liked as more than a friend, and during my struggle with my orientation, holy shit, I want to cry. We met in gym class, not through words, but through a kind of smile she gave me from across the room. I had been bullied by frenemies the entire year. I fucking hate it.
I hate it. We just had someone talking in
the Discord.
Too.
Yeah, that's what
like,
rang.
Dude, if people are treating you like shit, they're not your friends.
They're not your fucking friends. Friends don't treat you like shit like that. Friends bust your balls. Friends don't tell you horrible, horrible things.
Yeah.
Just, you are 100% okay in your life to cut people off and say, like, I'm not fucking dealing with them anymore. Just as a side note for anyone who has to deal with shit like that. So, I had been bullied by frenemies the entire year and hadn't had anyone treat me as genuinely nice as her. I know she came that night to say goodbye, and since I have never let any friend go without a sober ride from anywhere. I even take them back to my place to sleep it off and make a pancake breakfast the next morning.
Nice.
As for my other friend CJ, he survived but had injuries leaving him trapped in his own body with no way to communicate or move.
Oh.
I have a friend that had that happen to them too. There were never short of 15 kids in his house a day to take care of him and help his family. After many personal tragedies in their family following the accident, he suffered a massive seizure and passed just 2 years after the accident.
Wow.
It made so many people come together and made lifelong connections with some pretty awesome people. Like, tragedies like that really do show you, like, what people are really about, you know, and, like, it just, as horrible as it is to have happen to you, it's like the one time where it puts everything in your life into perspective, and you realize, like, that shit doesn't fucking matter at all, and this is the shit that does.
Yeah.
So, try and keep that in mind when something really horrible happens, because like I've had to keep that in mind, and even though it doesn't feel like a bright side, it's definitely something that you see a little bit when you're going through the grieving process, where you're like, well, you know, at least I'm reminded of what actually fucking matters and what really doesn't, and you don't get upset about the petty shit anymore, you know. And it's just something that I would recommend trying to keep in your head if something like this winds up happening to anyone out there. I will never forget those three. And they will always hold a special place in my heart. Sorry for the extra long story. It would be way longer if I was talking aloud. I tend to drone on. Yep, same here. As always, feel free to read on your podcast more crazy stories from the past as well as prophetic dreams to come. Stay spooky and awesome. Ya gal pal Val.
Oh, that's so cool.
Thank you so much for sending that, Val.
That is like a personal story.
That is super personal, and like I relate to it on a lot of different levels, and I think a lot of people that listen probably do, and they're probably thinking like, I have a story too, and I don't know if I should send it in. And if you're comfortable sharing that, absolutely do it. And if you think it would help to talk about it and you want people to hear it, totally send it in. And if you don't want it to be shared but you do want to talk about it with someone, you can email us, and Robin and I will respond. So it's storytime@scarish.com. or any of the other ways that you can get a hold of us. And if you have a story like that and you just don't feel like sharing, that's totally fine too. It happens to everyone, and you know what people tell you, like, it helps to talk about it. Well, sometimes it doesn't help to talk about it. Like, you're just not ready. So don't let people force you into, like, emotional growth that you're not fucking ready or prepared for.
Yeah.
So thank you so much for sending that in, Val, one last time. So let's go over to Stream Chat and see how you guys handle that super intense and incredibly sad story.
Glitch says, I smell food and gain 25 pounds.
That's hilarious.
777 says, I touch rice and boom, 10 pounds.
I was thinking about Big Daddy because the first thing I remember Adam Sandler in was Airheads, where he's ripped and has a fucking six-pack and he's naked at one point in the movie, and I'm like, God damn, that dude's ripped. And then in Big Daddy, he's like just out of shape, and he's talking to that kid who's just like drinking a bunch of fucking milk or whatever. He's like, enjoy your metabolism while it lasts. I see a milkshake and my ass jiggles for 2 months. I was like getting in the bathroom, and I was like, God damn it, man. I'm at that stage in my life where I'm Big Daddy Adam Sandler and not fucking Airheads Adam Sandler anymore.
The Snark says, I call it a book hangover when you finish your book and there's nothing after it.
That's a good one.
Zwazzles, yes, Robin, to all things manga.
Taylor says, good night, everyone. I tried so hard to stay awake to finish the episode, but I'm a weenie. I'm a Weenie Hut Jr. and
It's
can't
a SpongeBob reference.
I don't fucking get it.
It's because SpongeBob wants to be like a cool guy, but he's a weenie.
Thank you so much for trying to watch, Taylor. I know this is a late episode, but we appreciate everyone that came out.
Yeah, thank you so much. Let's see. Two-Scat says, I want Taco Bell now.
Oh, God.
777. I felt that after playing Bioshock Infinite and the DLCs. Zwazzles says, one of my favorite memes says, bookmark, you mean a quitter strip?
That's great. Robin hates my bookmarks. Everyone used to get me bookmarks growing up, like, oh, you'll really like this. Like, I know you read. And it's like, I never use them. You know what I've always used? I've used playing cards. And, like, I always use a different one. Like, everyone always wants to use Ace of Spades because it's, like, the coolest card in the deck. But it's like, sometimes I want to use, like, the Suicide King. And sometimes I want to use the Queen of Hearts. And sometimes I want to use, like, I don't know, the One-Eyed Jack. And I don't know. It's just, I really like having, I have a deck in this desk that is specifically for pulling cards from to use as bookmarks. And I have so many removed from that fucking deck.
Here, you should use these.
Wow.
They're Fallout
more advertising for Fallout. These are Fallout playing cards that Robin has. So,
I love Fallout.
You wouldn't let me use those, though. You would want to use those.
No,
for,
because
like,
Fallout's
stuff.
my fave. Okay, let's see. Game hangover. I've been hungover in the Dresden Files for so long. I started podcasts. Dresden Files is my favorite plain snack. Dresden Files is really good.
I keep hearing about Dresden Files too. I haven't started a new book series in a while. I started the 5th season and I left my fucking book on the plane, and I haven't bought another copy of it to keep going. It's really good. It's really weird too. Like, the way it's written is like much different than anything I'm used to reading, but I learned about 5th season because I always check and see who wins the Hugo. I can't remember, the Hugo something award, which is the best.
The Hugo Weaving Award.
I hate you. It's the best book in the sci-fi and fantasy genre, and the 5th season won in 2015. The sequel to the 5th season won in 2016, and the 3rd book won in 2017. So when I saw that in 2017, I'm like, fuck, I gotta get into this series.
Do you remember the dad in not in the Flash, in Green Arrow? The guy that plays like the detective.
Yeah. Oh, the detective? Like Laurel Lance's dad?
Yeah.
Not his dad? Yeah.
Yeah, he's the main character of Dresden Files in the TV show.
Okay.
Yeah.
I hate him, but I still watch it.
Okay.
The Snark says, great book series, Wizard, Private Detective. Yeah, the Snark described this series to me, and I'm like, holy shit, I need to pick this up. But I have so much stuff that I've started and like dropped or started and lost.
I love that 777's asking how's housing in Texas. I might move when I graduate. When my parents bought a house there, they bought a 3,600 square feet, like gorgeous home in like Dallas Fort Worth area, and it was only like $340.
Really
it was so cheap. It was amazing, and that's getting the house built from the ground up, and with like upgrades and shit. It was $340. I was like, what is this? And I move out here, and I'm like, no, it's not the same.
And you moved out here when it was like in the bust territory, where it's like everything was
not
fucking
the
dead.
same.
Yeah, it's been slowly, steadily rising. So as I check the property value of where we're at now, I'm just like, cool. It's awesome that we, have all this value in the home, but at the same time, like, we can't move anywhere in the city because we can't find a place like this that's going to cost like
I don't know how people live in California. Those places are ridiculous.
You have to have a cost of living adjustment to live in California because it's so expensive, dude. So I also said, okay, this is one of those moments that I was into the chat and not really listening to the story and suddenly, quote, found his pulse at the morgue, ... Yeah, that's an intense story, so you're going to want to re-listen to it when the official episode releases. If you guys are patrons, it will go up tomorrow and not Thursday. Primarily because I can't do it on Thursday because we're leaving for a trip to LA.
Disney.
So, yep.
Oh, and BlizzCon, obviously.
Disney, BlizzCon, Disney. I think that's what we're going to do the order of, if we can pull it off.
Yeah.
So we'll see.
We could go to dinner after BlizzCon at Disney if we wanted to, too.
Yeah, I mean, we could if we wanted to spend like $60 on a plate of food.
No, it's not $60. You go in there and get like a fucking churro.
Like a fucking churro for like $10. You know what I'll go to? I'll go to fucking Taco Bell and I'll get 2 big chalupa boxes with churro twists and I'll just have myself a good old time.
Gross.
And maybe win an Xbox.
Let's see. Yeah, don't go to Austin. Go to Garland. I like Garland. I like the area around there.
I like big butts, and I cannot lie.
Irving.
It's Irvine in California.
Because Irvine is California.
Yeah. 777 says, damn, that's a heavy story. Girl Panic says, yo, getting teary-eyed. This is so sad, says Two's Cat. It really is sad. So also says, oh my God, I am so annoyed I wasn't listening at the beginning of this. I might need to wait till after work or listen to this one on Friday. Yeah, this one
was a really rough one. I know a lot of you guys are like, so OMG.
We have people that, listen to the podcast that are skeptics like I am, and we have people that don't listen to the podcast that are skeptics because they think it's all bullshit anyways. And like the thing that I think when I read stories like this is that this shit happens to everyone. And we've had people reach out to us that are atheists or agnostics or from different religions that have stuff where it's a horrible tragedy, but someone comes to say bye eventually, and it gives them such peace. And to roll your eyes at that, like, cynicism is my least favorite thing on the planet. Like, when you just decide that you hate something without ever giving it a chance, like, there's a big difference between a person that's sarcastic, and you just never know when they're being serious, and a person that's cynical, and you know they're going to hate everything. And when it comes to stuff like what we just read, people that don't give that a chance, and people that roll their eyes at something that's deeply personal and deeply heartfelt, and, like, might provide them, like, a little bit of peace and comfort in such a hard time, like, I cannot stand that mindset. It drives me absolutely crazy. So when I tell people on the podcast, like, seriously send us those stories, like, that's why I'm trying to be as, like, legitimately forthcoming when I tell people, like, send us your sad stuff. It's not because I'm, like, a glutton for punishment or I just want to collect all those because I'm, like, a tragedy queen or whatever you want to call it. That's what I used to call people in school that always used to be like, everything that happened to them was just this big thing and they wanted everyone's attention. Like, no, I want people to understand it's okay to feel like something supernatural made them feel slightly okay because they're not fucking crazy. And yeah, I just want to say that I despise cynicism, and especially in cases like that where people would roll their eyes at such an incredible fucking story. And we've gotten a lot of those where it's like, it means so much to people. And when you want to share that with someone and you don't feel like you can tell them that, like, that's a pretty good sign that that person isn't someone that you can really talk to. So that's all I'm going to say about that.
Yeah. Glitch says he actually lost a great friend due to drunk driver the day after Thanksgiving. So please don't drink and drive. Don't drink and drive ever.
Don't be idiots.
Yeah.
Especially now with Lyft and Uber and all these different ways that you can get home. And like, if you're worried about people knowing that you're drunk and like not being able to get your car, like, it's so much easier to do now than it ever has been. I've let air out of my friend's tires because he was so insistent he was going to drive. We almost got into a fist fight over it. And I was like, cool, man, you're going to punch me and I'm going to punch you. And in the morning, you're going to be pissed and alive. Because it's like, that's not going to happen. Like, you can't let people like bully you into thinking that something that you know is going to get them hurt is okay.
Lots of SpongeBob references here. I love it. Like, Goofy Goober. I wish you would. Oh,
C Meadows put a heart Fallout.
I fucking love Fallout. It's
ASDF
so good.
over on YouTube says, Sam, I love Fallout. I can't wait to play Fallout 76. It's so good.
It's so pretty, and I'm just so excited for all the new content.
777 says a 3-bed, 3-bath in LA is $600-ish. That's 100,000 to buy, not 100 to rent.
Yeah, no.
That's so expensive.
Oh my goodness, it's insane how expensive. I can't even.
Glitch Grim says BlizzCon. And I'm super excited.
777 says that's a fixer-upper too.
Yeah, that is true. That's 100%
oh my goodness.
True. Adam Panda says to up your sticker game on that PC. I know. I only have the scarish ones. I'd put all my good stickers, and they're like the black vinyl ones. So they're just outlines of stuff. I put them all on my work laptop, which was taken from me unceremoniously when I was laid off.
All my stickers. I got some Star Wars going on. A lot of Studio Ghibli because I love it, and Castle because I love Castle. But now Nathan Fillion's on the Rookie, and I'm super excited.
You gotta get a Rookie sticker.
I have a Sword Art Online because I love Sword Art Online, and a Corgi Asshole because I love corgis.
She doesn't love Corgi Asshole. She just loves corgis.
No, I just love corgis. It's just so cute. It's like a little butt. Little booty.
At least he's turning around and looking at it. That looks more like a Shiba than a corgi.
Oh, is it a Shiba? It might be a Shiba.
It's a Shiba.
Tell. I love them both because those are our dogs.
Says, I believe all ghost encounters are at least 1% real, about 20% are hallucinations, and the rest are faking it. Cough, sack bagels, cough. I don't know if I agree with your percentages, but I'm really close to where I agree. Because I honestly think a lot of times, like, stuff that happens is people's imaginations or hallucinations or the state of mind that they're in, like something just playing tricks on them. But then I do think that stuff actually fucking happens. And that stuff's super creepy. Like, I don't know. I don't want to. I'm skeptical, but I don't want to treat anyone like shit because I think their story's fake, or I think it might be something other than what they thought. Amber, that's up to you guys.
Amber says to move to California, Disney every day. That'd be so amazing.
I'm applying for a job in Irvine, so I don't know what's gonna happen with it.
Churros.
Aw, that's so nice of you.
I'm down with getting bought churros. Yeah, I'm just saying.
Anakin over on YouTube says shit was too busy catching up with the last episode that I forgot the live stream is on. Don't worry about it. You can always watch these later.
Yeah,
but
they're going to be on YouTube.
We just read that, so you're interacting with us now, so that's awesome.
Yeah. Let's see. Thank you for reading my story. There truly is peace in talking about what goes that hurts you the most. Just tuned in at the end. Oh, that's awesome. Oh, so that must be your story. That's awesome.
It's Valley Girl's story. Wow. Thank you so much for sending that in. That is so, so sad. I empathize with you so much. Me and Robin were talking about it the other day. I think I mentioned on the podcast, I've probably been to 35 or 40 funerals in my life, and I'm 33 years old. I average more than one funeral a year, and Robin's been to one her entire life, and it was just like someone else's.
Well, I went to my friend's, like my best friend growing up, I went to her dad's memorial, not even his funeral.
Yeah.
So I've never been to like an actual funeral where the casket's right there or anything, so.
Yeah, and I was, when she said that, it just baffles me, and I was telling her about like, I remember this funeral, and I remember this funeral, and I remember what these ones were like, and like this one was the worst, and this one was the happiest, and just how different they all are. They're all so different based off of like the circumstances.
Right.
The one thing I remember, and I mean, you don't forget any of them, but I have a cousin who I fucking love to death, and he's younger. I think he's like 7 or 8 years younger, and I remember him when he was a kid. So when I was like a teenager, he was like 7 or 8, and then when I was in my 20s in college, he was starting to graduate from high school. I think it was like 15, and it was the first funeral, like real funeral he had ever been to, and it was for my grandmother. And it was something that we knew was coming, so it wasn't a shock, and everyone was kind of relieved that she was in a better place. And so going into that, I was like, okay, I know I'm okay. I'm mentally, emotionally prepared to deal with this. I knew it was on its way. And I knew he hadn't really been to a lot of funerals. And so we were outside, and he was like in a good mood, and we were joking around. He's like, are we allowed to do this? I'm like, yeah, dude, if you can laugh at a funeral, like that's very important. So like be yourself and make people laugh, and don't ever fucking feel guilty about that. And I was like, how do you think you're going to hold up during the service? And he's like, oh, I'll be fine. And I told him, like, I really want you to understand something. Like, I want you to understand this. You're not going to be fine. Like, you are going to break down because you're going to see your parents break down, and that's going to be the end of it. You don't have to rub my shoulder, dude. Like, I'm okay. But he didn't believe me. And then, like, at some point during the service, I had to take him out because he would not stop sobbing hysterically. And he was just like, it's so hard. It's so hard to see your parents cry. And I was like, I know. Like, I tried to fucking warn you, bro. And, like, that just hit him like a fucking Mack truck. And he couldn't handle it. And it's just something that I was trying to describe to her. Like, man, like, you've never been to a funeral and you're turning 29.
That's why I'm freaking out about my parents right now. I don't want to think about it.
Because they're getting older. But,
yeah.
So, don't worry about
okay,
it.
back to this stuff. Jamie just joined us. Had to practice the Blackpink song. Which Blackpink song? It's K-pop. I'm pretty sure it's K-pop.
Pay Paradise says, Jamie, are we still going to Disney? LOL. We are definitely still going to Disney, so we hope to see you guys there. Meadows says marbles. We have one more story to read before marbles time.
And then we'll do marbles. Yay, Studio Dribbler.
It's so cool to see you guys coordinating, meeting up on Sunday and coming.
I am so excited to meet everyone. Seriously, there's so many of you that want to meet us on Sunday. We might have to leave a little early. We're obviously not going to stay for fireworks and stuff because we have to drive home. But it'll be super fun. I'm excited.
Tuescat says, "What the fuck, Adam?" I don't know what I said at that point, so I guess I apologize for that.
What the fuck, Adam? I don't know. Let's see. OMG Irvine, you could move to Santa Ana. It's way cheaper than Costa Mesa, Newport, and Irvine. I got to carry my friend's dad's casket. That's intense.
I've only been a pallbearer a few times, man. That's just you were so nervous. You're like, I better be strong enough to carry this fucking thing. That's all I kept going through my head. Oh my god,
Glitch says he had to go to a baby funeral. It was the most scarring thing. Yeah, dude, no.
Yeah, I don't know if I could. I don't know if I could process that. That one's really rough.
My friend used to live in Alhambra and she did not like it. Her car got like the tire slashed and stuff. Like she did not have fun. Let's see. My sister lived in a 600 square foot apartment in Costa Mesa for $2K. Nope.
No, not doing it. I'm sorry. I just can't fucking pay that much money. It's insane.
Okay, scroll through. Stockton, talking about where to live in California. I think that's cool. The whole city of Fresno felt decrepit.
Wow, that's
Poor
mean.
Fresno, that's mean. Okay, so I'm gonna get to my story so we can all play marbles. Okay, so this one goes. Okay, so I will start with what started everything.
What's the subject for your email, Robin?
My ghost/demon stories.
There you go. So that's really setting the tone now.
Yeah, but then spoilers.
How is that spoilers? It's a subject.
Well, now you know there's ghosts and demons.
Well, I think they put that on there appropriately so that the first line would be like, okay, now we begin. Don't hit me.
Begin. Wait, hold on. I gotta put this up.
You're gonna put your hood up?
Yeah.
Wow.
Wait, can you see it? I can't. No, it's gonna keep falling off. Whatever, fine. It was about 3 years ago. I was having a sleepover with my friends, Alan and Aiden, and my room was in the basement. No. Why?
They can't hear you staring at the camera in the audio version.
I can't.
She's just stunned.
And there's this stairway that's supposed to have a door on it, but it doesn't. Anyway, so me and my friends Alan and Aiden were making some YouTube video thing, and we made a scene where me and Alan had to get out of my room and go to this other room to get my friend Aiden. P.S. It's like 2 or 3 at night. So we go to that room, and we had to chase Aiden out of that room and into the laundry room, which is right next to the stairway, and we have to fake kill him in the scene. And we finish recording and we're still in the laundry room. We look at the video in there and it turns out that he had it on time lapse. So we were like, Aiden, you idiot. So we start walking out and Alan looks up to the stairs and he sees what seems to be a kid poking his head out a little, and the kid slowly backs out, and we find out about this and we run back into my room like, what the fuck? Alan starts telling us about how he had a sister who died before she was born. And when Alan was a kid, his mom had another baby. And so the mom went to go check on her and she saw this little girl in the room looking over his sister's crib, and the girl disappears.
Wow. That reminds me of some of the stories that I just told in the episode that came out today.
Freaking creepy.
Yeah.
And Alan says he thinks it was her who was the kid that was peeking down the stairs. So to the demon story.
Oh, God.
It was the first day of summer after 8th grade, which was 2 years ago. Oh, it's the 10th grade. You're a little baby. And we made a thing where me, my friends, Alan, Aiden, and Ben would have a sleepover. And we still lived in the basement. So it was around 12 a.m. when my friend Aiden, joking, says, hey, we should try meditation. No.
What's wrong with meditation?
It's just like, it's like they're not doing it to relax. They're doing it like to
reach out to something?
Yeah, man.
Yeah, that's also not a good thing.
And we were like, okay, that sounds cool. So we all sit next to each other. Sorry, I didn't mean to have stuff for super kids.
That was really funny, though.
Dude, I'm just like...
That was mean.
It was just like, it's 8th grade antics. You know, you're a little kid and you're like, yeah, that sounds cool. Let's do it.
Right. Okay, really fast as a side note. I've been internally debating this. I don't know if I've said this on the podcast before, but I'm just going to go ahead and share this with you guys. So I've mentioned before, my brother has issues. My brother's a paranoid schizophrenic. And when he was lucid, he had a good couple years in there where he was like doing really well. And we sat down and we talked about it a little bit. And I asked him, what was the first time you heard a voice in your head that wasn't yours? Because I wanted to know what he was going through so I could kind of see it from his perspective, because I had been dealing with like the side of the disease where it's just very hard to do. And it's like I had my brother back, you know? And he said the first time I ever had anything like that happen was when, I remember this very vividly too, he was getting into yoga. He was very, very well in shape, and he was very mentally strong, which is why it was so shocking when it started happening. And my brother told me the first time I ever heard a voice in my head, I was meditating, and I kept putting out in my mind, is there anything out there? And something answered him. And since then, it's never stopped. And I think about that every single time we do any story about possession or anything like that. So this just, hearing that, I'm just like, oh God, like, no, please don't do that. And it's just one of those things. Something I heard about in college too. One of my professors told me, like, people try and make themselves mentally strong, and they don't understand that they're opening themselves up and making themselves weaker. And I remember asking my professor, like, what are you talking about? And she told me the brighter your light burns, the longer of a shadow it casts. And some people are not prepared to deal with that. And super creepy shit.
Yeah. So that's why I'm just like, yeah, meditation sounds awesome.
Meditation is for relaxing, not for trying to reach out to stuff.
So we were like, okay, that sounds cool. So we all sit next to each other in a circle, and we do that one meditation sitting where you crisscross applesauce and our knees.
I don't know what's going on with that sentence.
Crisscross applesauce. Maybe that's a thing in a region that we're not used to.
Yeah, someone let us know what crisscross applesauce means.
You probably like sit there with your, you know how you sit
cross-legged?
Or cross-legged. Well, not like how we sit cross-legged.
I know what you mean. Yeah.
And our knees are touching while we're in the circle, and we think this is what made it start. So we meditate for 20 minutes with our eyes closed, and we stop. And me and my friend Alan, we watched a lot of Naruto.
That's funny.
So we were like, hey, let's see if we can use our chakra. And I shit you not, it worked. Oh my gosh, guys, if you watch Naruto, like, chakra is how you do everything in Naruto, okay? And like, it's just like your inner power that you release. That's how they walk on water and stuff. But we start messing around with the chakra, and we did this thing where one of us would close our eyes, stick our arm out, and look away, and the other one would try to twist the wrist of the person who had their eyes closed with the chakra, and it would work. It was crazy. So it was my turn to close my eyes and look away, and they twisted my wrist with the chakra, and it felt like someone would grab your wrist and twist it even before it happened to me. That was what my friend Ben described it as. And we were like, we should meditate again to see if we could level up or whatever. But it's totally...
How much experience did they get from that first event?
It's totally like 8th grade shit, you know, where you're just like a kid and you're like, let's just do all this stuff we watch in anime. Seriously, I used to do that.
I don't know. In 8th grade, I remember one of my friends being like, man, I wish so much that I could create an energy blast like in Dragon Ball Z. And they were just so sad that it just did not, like, energy manipulation like that isn't a thing. And I just remember them saying it to me like, I just wish so bad.
Yeah, that thing.
Thank you.
Yeah, I used to literally throw, like, Pokeballs around and be like, I chose you.
But did you actually think it was going to catch something?
No, but it was fun.
I mean, yeah, it's fun to pretend when you're a kid. But let's keep going.
I was not a kid. I was like fucking 13, man.
That's a kid.
You're still a
kid. You're still a kid at 28 for what? 2 more hours.
Oh, you're so nice.
You're welcome.
Okay, so this time let's turn off the lights and all lay on the bed and close our eyes. So we do that for about 5 minutes, and I feel a dark presence, and I'm freaking out in my head, and I say, yo, someone turned on the light. And maybe 20 seconds pass, and the feeling gets worse, and I'm like, turn the light on right now, and they turn it on. And my friend Alan gasped for air, and we didn't really care till like 20 seconds later, he says, thank you, David, you saved me. And I was like, what? And he tells us that he was facing upwards, laying down straight, and the room we were in had no windows, and the lights were off, so he's laying down, and he opens his eyes, he can't move, and he sees this dark demon thing with really sharp nails reaching down at his chest, and it's right about to touch him, but then the lights turn on, and it's 2 a.m. So we didn't want to stop meditating because it's really cool. Our friend Aiden said, nah, guys, I don't think this is a good idea. We should stop. But we were like, you pussy.
Wow.
Oh, my God.
Your friend with sense. You're going to give him shit.
So now it's just me, my friends, Alan and Ben, who are meditating. And we make our knees touch. And we did this thing where we would all think about something and say it at the same time. And we always said the same thing. So an hour's passed and it's maybe 3:30. And me and my friend Alan started sneaking out about a year ago, so we got our friends Aiden and Ben to join us this time. We all started creeping up the stairs and to the door to the backyard. It's right next to the stairs. So we slowly close the door, we go past the fence, and we make a run for it. We start running to a gas station that's really close to my house, and it's not even like 30 feet from my house. While we're running under a streetlight, I see this pure black shadow looking. All I can see is the color for its eyes, and it's a white for its eyes, and it had really sharp nails, and it's standing there looking straight at me, and I stopped running.
Why would you stop running when you saw that? Shouldn't you run faster? I'm so confused about this reaction. This is one of those moments, if I'm watching this on TV, I'm like, no one would fucking act like that. No one would act like that. But apparently someone did, so.
I asked if they see it, and they're like, see what? And I tell them, and they ask if we should go back. I say, nah, let's go to the gas station. And the whole way, we felt a dark presence, and we feel like we're going to die. And I just tell them, don't look at windows and mirrors, because that's how demons travel. I totally think that.
I think that's how you can see them sometimes, but I don't know if that's the only way they can travel.
Yeah.
Don't make assumptions about what something's capable of doing. You would underestimate it in that case.
Oh my God, okay. So we make it to the gas station, we get snacks, go back home, and I explain what I saw with more detail. My friend Alan twitches by turning his head really fast, and I'm like, what the fuck? It happens again and again, and he says something to try to he says something is trying to snap my neck. He also says he feels like he's being moved like a marionette. And I'm, well, like, cut the strings as a joke. And I try to concentrate the chakra to my hand and, like, karate chop behind his back and on top of his head. And he isn't twitching anymore or anything. And then nothing else happens for the rest of the night. I live upstairs now, and I think we opened a portal or some shit because crazy shit has happened. But I think that's good enough for now. Love, Breezy Salsa.
Thank you for sending that in, Breezy Salsa. That is some bizarre shit. So, I don't know. Someone over in our stream chat, I noticed while we were discussing what was going on, mentioned that you can get that same effect with peyote. So,
what?
I would hope that that's not the case in your experience and this wasn't drug-induced, but it is definitely fucking bizarre, and I've not seen a combination of chakras and demons before, but I haven't watched enough Naruto, so I don't really know.
Yeah.
But I can pronounce it correctly because Robin corrects me every time I say Naruto, so that's a good thing.
Don't say that.
Okay.
Yeah, it doesn't, okay.
That one was really intense. Thank you for sending that in, though.
Thank you so much. I totally understand the whole chakra thing, though, Naruto.
Like trying to do it yourself?
No, not doing it myself, but like the whole concept behind it. All right, been there. Let's go back to the chat.
Let's check out stream chat. I apologize to you guys for the faces I was making during that, but that took a twist that I did not think it was going to turn.
Right. 777 says, what's funny is in Alhambra you see Asian gangsters rolling deep.
It's fucking funny.
We've spent a lot of time in Monterey Park.
We spent a lot of time out there.
That's like super Asian.
777 says, the saddest part about schizophrenics, at least the ones I've met, is they are trying their darndest to be better and come out of their illness, but sometimes they can't help but snap. That is the case with most people. I will say that is typically not the case with my brother, which is what is frustrating, because like you can be upset at a disease and not be upset at your brother, but sometimes decisions are made where, you know, people just decide that they don't need to take medication, and then spirals happen, and that sucks. And that's why you need to, like, I don't know, not let people go and try and keep encouraging people to, like, take care of themselves.
Yeah.
But at the same time, understand, like, it's a decision that someone has to make for their own well-being, and you can't make that decision for them. So I'm happy that the schizophrenics that you know actually do want to take care of themselves.
Yeah, that's really good.
Slip-ups do happen, because that does happen. Like, I mean, my brother had his medication reduced to a fourth of what it was supposed to be by a doctor who didn't understand his case well enough. And that really fucking sucked, because that triggered a spiral where it's like, hey, he was actually doing really well, and that one's not on him. So let's just, I don't know, let's go on and like read something else. I know this
Glitch,
is like really deep shit.
Yeah, Glitch says, put on your ghost shoes. It's time to kick ghost kids.
That's funny.
Driving in LA sucks ass. It really does. I hate getting in that traffic. It was so funny watching La La Land again because everyone's in that horrible traffic singing songs and stuff. But
crisscross applesauce means to sit legs crossed, kind of like Buddha meditating. So cross-legged, just like we were saying. So I see Glitchgrim says, yes, Adam, yes, LOL. He said that when I was like looking at the camera, I think, when I was just like, really? Chakras? We're getting into that? Okay.
777 says, Sasuke!
That's funny. My reaction to the thing when he said chakra was just like Doctor Strange in the movie Doctor Strange when she's trying to tell him like she can heal him with magic. Where he's like, really? Magic? You fucking kidding me? So, I don't know. Maybe. The thing that's, the thing that for me is the most unbelievable thing about that story is that it happened for all of them. Like they all activated their chakra power at the same time. So
I don't know. From what I learned in Naruto, it's really hard to get that shit to work. Right?
Yeah. Which one's the guy that can only use like one type of jutsu?
Rock Lee.
I love Rock Lee. Rock Lee's fucking awesome.
Let's see. Never watched a full season of Naruto. It's not for everyone. I don't think. It's a little childish sometimes.
She got me to watch Naruto, and I didn't realize that Naruto is like when he's a kid, and then Naruto Shippuden is like when he's like a teenager / adult.
Yeah.
So we watched all of Naruto.
Yeah, and then we haven't even seen him when he gets to the adult stage.
And we we've seen maybe a few episodes of him in Shippuden, and I'm like, holy shit!
And then
like,
he starts making babies.
I was like, when I was a kid, I watched DBZ. I didn't watch Dragon Ball. I watched Dragon Ball Z, and I was like, you just made me watch the Dragon Ball equivalent of Naruto, and she was just like, yeah. I did.
I watched Dragon Ball.
And I honestly thought Naruto was pretty fucking sweet. Like, and I don't know. I criticize a lot of the animes that we watch because I'm stupid.
Jamie says, I was deep into Naruto, dude. Naruto's the bomb.
Is it bad to know the hand signs for file style, fireball jutsu?
You're going to have to teach me.
I don't think that's bad at all. I still know the fucking fusion dance from Dragon Ball Z. Me and my friends used to do it in gym class.
You go like, boop.
Yeah. There's a whole dance you have to do. And they did it. Two of the fucking wide receivers, I forget which team. One of them scored a touchdown, and his friend ran out there during an NFL game, and they did the full fucking fusion dance. It was awesome. She pointed it out to me. I'm like, no fucking way.
Jamie says I'm not a weeb, I swear.
That's so funny.
It's okay to
Do you
be
have a
one.
body pillow? That's what Glitch Crim says. That's
oh
so
my
funny.
gosh.
I have one size. 777.
I really want one that has a character that I like on it. I don't have any body pillows that I've never seen one so far. I'm sure there's one out there that's just calling my name. But I don't have any.
Tennant on it.
I have regular standard size pillows that have like characters from like games that I've played. But no body pillows. I got to make them my waifu.
Wow. ASDF over on YouTube says, "Oh, why would you mention seeing something in a mirror, man? There's a 2x4 mirror I have to sleep under, mate. That fucking sucks."
Oh, nope. No. We don't have mirrors in our bedroom. I can't do it. Never. No. Let's see. Sounds like adventurous foods. Plain body pillows are the best.
Did you know Rock Lee had a vegan brother? Broccoli. That's a really good dad joke. I appreciate that one immensely. Thank you so much for that.
What?
You didn't hear the thing I just read.
No, I'm sorry.
777 says, "Did you know Rock Lee had a vegan brother, Broccoli?"
Oh my god. Let's see.
I have a Ford Fusion, says Glitch Grim, and have the DBZ Fusion on the back under the Fusion. That's fucking great. Okay, I don't have anything else over here, and you are dead silent.
Oh, sorry,
so
I'm like listening.
I'm just talking to myself over here.
Sorry, everyone's talking about the colors of their body pillows. I don't know. Some have pink, some have rainbow, some have camo. I want one with a super hot dude or chick on it. Anime, not real life, because that's not.
I have a brown body pillow. It's just like a brown, and like I just change the pillowcase whenever I can. But I mean, if you're gonna get one of those, I would suggest Asuna from.
No, I don't know. I want like from Black Butler. I want the Butler, the Demon Butler.
Wow.
He's a hottie boombalati.
Cool. You finish reading that, and I'm gonna move over and start getting Marbles on Stream set up.
Oh, perfect.
A lot of our stuff has not worked tonight, and it hasn't affected the broadcast, so I'm gonna do this early.
Does the stream look better with the new pass-through? Like, I want to ask everyone's opinion.
Yeah, have you guys noticed the fact that we're streaming in higher resolution than we have been in past episodes? I would like to know that.
Lots of body pillows. Let's see.
Hope you guys like scatting, because that's all you're going to be getting for a while.
Jamie says hottie potty boo what? A hottie boom balati.
It's one of Robin's battle cries.
Yep. Doop doop doo doo doo. Tamahome body pillow. What's a Tamahome? I gotta look it up. Hold on.
Can you not look things up while you're supposed to be talking to these people? She's abandoning you right now while I'm trying to do something. Nope, she's just completely ignoring me. She's going straight for it. She does not care.
Oh, what? Those are cool. That's neat. They're like big, huge wraparound pillows.
Wow, wraparound pillows sound interesting.
Yeah, it's like this big one that you like wrap around and hug all over. That's really neat. Yep. If anybody could make that body pillow for me and draw him in sexy poses.
Wow, really?
No, not really. I like him just the way he is. in his super cute butler outfit with his like nice.
Jamie says Robin is getting sauce. She's getting lost in the sauce.
All right. Anyway, so boop 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 boop. Our marbles ready.
Cool. Yes, they are pretty ready, at least as ready as we're going to get them. So before we end the stream and do our sign out, we're going to go ahead and do the thing that we always like to do called Marbles on Stream. It appears that we have 29 people sitting in the Twitch. So anyone who would like to participate in this, is just a big track. If you type !play once we get this up and running, you get a marble with your name on it because it's a game that interacts with the Twitch chat. And then whoever winds up winning the race is going to get some stickers.
I'll send out a sticker.
Yeah, we're going to get some stickers for you. Some of you guys have already won some stuff, and you can, have extras, or you can let someone else have them, or you can let us know that you're hoping to get something else. But whatever the case may be, we're going to switch over to that so you guys can see the marbles on stream. And it also looks like our camera's not working, so you don't have to see our stupid faces anymore. So this is just more like radio commentary, and there's nothing wrong with that. So here are the tracks that we can run right now. I'm going to turn off auto scroll because it does it every single time, despite my protests. I wish there was a percentage that lets you know how often marbles got knocked out, because I'm not a big fan of when that happens, but sometimes it's hilarious. We did Devil's Chaos last time we were doing that. 777 says, yo, how do we play? All you have to do is do !play once we're ready to go, and then it'll add your marble in there, and we'll make sure that everyone's in there. So which one should we do? We did a Leap to Remember as well, I think. Pixels Raceway.
Pixels Raceway sounds cute.
That does sound cool. That one jumped out at me as well. So let's jump into Pixels Raceway. My selection is Pixels Raceway. There we go. This is loading up, so you guys can get your typing fingers ready. There's no rush here. We're going to wait for you guys, and all you have to do right now is type !play, as it says on the top of the screen.
Yep.
And as you can see, everyone's joining in right now, and their balls are showing up. That's just a really weird thing to say. I'll also put up the players list so you can see whether or not you have joined. And if anyone's having difficulty, let us know, and we'll make sure you're in before we take off. So we have 12 marbles and 14, 15. You guys are all joining in, which is awesome. And this is fun. And usually we usually do one or two, depending on whether or not you guys complain enough because you didn't win. And I totally understand that. And it's just a really stupid, fun thing to watch. So hopefully you guys, if you guys want to play, you're all joined in at this point.
Yep. So !play. We'll start it in a little bit here. I really hope no one gets knocked off.
Can you feel my balls weight? Its girth. Wow. No. Sadly, no.
Sadly, what the fuck?
Don't judge me in my life decisions. So I think we have just about everyone in who's going to participate, and we really appreciate you guys doing that, and it's just a fun, silly thing to do. So I'm going to hit start, and whoever else, it's a TFS reference. What's TFS?
What is it?
The Force Awakens. Cool.
No.
I think we have just about everyone in, so I'm going to hit start. Anyone who's not in yet can take 10 seconds, and they will be able to join in for the next 10 seconds. But after that, you are shit out of luck is the best way to put it. So hopefully everyone is in at this point. Did you just join yourself?
Yes, I did.
Wow. The Robin Grace has joined. Team 4-Star. My bad. I know all about Team 4-Star. I love Team 4-Star. And here we go. So Meadows is looking like he's in the lead down there. Why isn't this jumping down to track Meadows' ball? I think it's not sure which marble is actually winning because they're measuring distance from the beginning. But Meadows is in the lead. Two's Cat is right behind. Chessy Cat right behind there. And it looks like everyone's hitting those accelerators that look like they're from Mario Kart, which is always really, really fun.
I love Mario Kart.
Mario Kart's amazing. Mario Party is also really fun, and I love playing it.
This is just a really... everyone.
I do. This is just a really, really long straightaway. Ooh, he came to a dead stop. That's not going to help. Two's Cat blows right by.
Those
Chessy
are scary,
Cat, Glitch Grim, Pay Paradise. Wow, you guys are all clustered up. Two's Cat has taken the lead, so let's take that perspective and look behind as Two's Cat is getting chased. This is like kind of a slowdown spot, which is weird. But, yeah, Two's Cat's definitely cruising now. Chessy Cat is in second place, and it looks like they're gaining. And third place is 143 AM and Alice in Wonderland, which are like neck and neck. Two's Cat had enough momentum where it just blew through that first bump, but now it's starting to get slowed down a little bit.
Those are like long straightaways.
Yeah, Chessy Cat's catching up, and oh, there it goes. Chessy Cat has taken the lead, but then came to a dead stop as well. It looks like no one's been knocked off. Glitch Grim just took the lead and is flying ahead.
He called it too. He was like, I'm going to win. I'm going to win.
He hopped over his first barrier, but he's hitting a lot of these, and that's going to slow him down dramatically. But he has made it through. 143 AM is in second place. Chessy Cat's in third. And you guys are catching up. 143 AM is zigzagging. I mean, this is some impressive driving by 143 AM. But there goes Chessy Cat. Just split the difference and just took off. Two's Cat says, damn it. Chessy Cat. Oh, my God. Chessy Cat has died.
No.
too much speed going into those bumps and just ate it. 143 a.m. is now in first place, and we're coming up on the end.
Oh,
wow. I have not seen anyone take the end that way.
So
143 a.m. has won, and that's an impressive way to take the win. It just jumped over everything.
Like, literally, when we go on Sunday, I just have to bring a bunch of stuff for you guys.
Cool.
Because, like, that whole group has won stuff.
That's so funny. So we'll see who gets second place, so you know that you are almost the best. Glitch Grim, almost the best tonight. I know that everyone wants to be the very best.
Like, no one ever was.
But sometimes it just doesn't work. With the Flourish 143 a.m., that was really fucking exciting at the end there. Sometimes they get a little bit boring because people start dying, but yeah, I've not seen an ending like that, like, since we started doing this on the stream. I am so happy that you guys enjoy doing this and that Robin didn't shut it down, because I really wanted this to become part of our, like, nightly ritual, because it's just something that people that don't watch the stream ever get to participate in, and it's like, sucks to be them.
Oh, that's so rude.
What? Like, if they watched us live, they would get to participate in this and get a shot for free merch. That's all I'm saying. So, honestly, also, with all the donations that we've gotten from Bits, I think we wound up reaching our October stream donations. I'm going to have to check that. And then if we have reached our October stream donation, maybe we'll do something extra for something customized, like a script or something like that, like we've done before.
Do you want to do one more time or no?
Jessie Cat and Alice in Wonderland both wound up dying in that one, and they've raced 8 and 6 times. Some of you guys raced for the first time tonight, which is super cool to see. As you can see, total races on the right-hand side. It remembers based off your Twitch account. So it's super cool. It's really easy to use, and this is the first win for 143 a.m. Glitch Grim already has 1 win. Pave Paradise is still in first place with 2 wins overall. So I think I want to do one more if you guys want to do more, and I do see a lot of people saying more. I need to go plus ultra. That's hilarious.
Do you know what that's from?
No, I don't.
My Hero Academia.
Oh, that makes sense.
Yeah.
Okay. So we're going to do uno mas, which means one more. So which one should we do is the question, and of course I have to untrack auto scroll yet again. Is that you making a suggestion? No. I'm going to look over and see what you guys are suggesting for tracks. And then
let's have everyone help pick tracks. So throw in what you want.
Can you fill the balls with cocaine, asks Two's Cat. I don't think I have that ability. Looks like M Meadows 89 over there says number 14, the dojo. No one else is giving suggestions.
Anyone else? Ideas? Which tracks do you guys want? Type in your votes, I guess.
Votes. I don't even know if the vote thing works. You can do exclamation point vote and a number, and it should bring up what you guys are voting for. Everyone's saying the dojo. 777 says number 5, which is Few Will Survive.
Oh my god!
Average time is only 1:14. That one's really short. So someone actually did vote.
Did
Viewers
it work?
Vote. Few Will Survive. It says down
Holy
here.
Shit, that's
We're gonna
so
make you guys
cool.
vote. So everyone vote right now by doing exclamation point vote and then the number of the track that you want to see, and then whatever it is in the next, 20 seconds, we'll take it. Looks like the dojo is taken over. This is really fun.
That's cool. They
tried doing it one time when we tried doing it and it didn't work. We have 2 votes for the dojo. Some of them are scattered a little bit. Few Will Survive. Now there's a tie between Marble Centauri and the dojo, and I think the dojo is going to wind up taking it.
All right. The dojo is a rough one.
Yeah, there's a lot of those spinny things that are going to knock you back. So.
All right, that's a lot of votes.
Yeah, a lot of votes are coming in now. So I'm going to hang back. 5-4. There's 3 for Few Will Survive.
Thank you for birthday wishes.
You guys are so much fun. I am so glad you guys do this with us every Tuesday or Wednesday or whenever we wind up doing it. So, all right, I'm going to call it there. We're going to do the dojo. Thank you, everyone, for voting. And if you don't win, you can blame me for picking the track that the majority went with. So here we go. We're going to do the dojo. All that Naruto talk. That's hilarious. And exclamation point play to get your marble
exclamation
included.
Point play, everybody. I'm going to put mine in too. I never win, but you
so
know.
Not fair that you get to participate in this. If I had my phone, I'd totally jump in too.
You know, every day I'm out there making DuckTales.
Wow. I hate you so much for that. Because now I'm going to have that stuck in my head for the rest of the night as well.
Every day I'm out there making DuckTales.
Woo-oo. My voice is shot right now, so I can't woo very high.
Really?
We have 17 marbles this time, which is more than we had last time.
More marbles, more marbles, more marbles.
Come on, Marble Maximum Overdrive. That's hilarious. All right, I think we got just about everyone in. I saw the Snark just try to get in there, and they are in. So I'm going to go ahead and click start. Anyone that's watching that wants to join in has 10 seconds to do so, and then they will be shit out of luck. So I've said that twice in like the last 5 minutes, and I know Robin's just like, well, you never say that. Why are you saying that now?
What? Being sure out of luck?
Yes. Yeah. Come on, Team Cocaine Ball, says Two's Cat. It's hilarious. Let's get your names up there. Start. 10 seconds to join. We have 17 participants, and we're going to see who winds up taking this last one of the night before we do the sign out. So here we go. Looks
Cocaine's
like the Snark.
A hell of a drug.
The Snark is taking an early lead, but Meadows just shot through that hole.
That's how he makes babies.
I was going to say, that's why he's a new dad. And the Snark is taking back the lead, but Jangmi Boone has jumped out to number 1.
Oh my God, if Jangmi wins again.
Akasuna right behind, so here we go.
Did you guys pay for like some sort of special powers or something?
I know you can get like a custom ball if you want. Wow, I forgot that you jump a lot in this one too.
Yeah,
that's terrifying.
This one's a rough one.
We lost. No, we didn't. Pave Paradise is taking the lead in front of Jangmi, and now we get to the dojo part. Ooh, I thought Jangmi was going to sneak through right there. J-Bay Watt has taken the lead.
Is J-Bay Watt secretly JJ Watt and you just had to change your thing?
Maybe. Thank you for listening, JJ. We appreciate you. And Jangmi Boone is right behind. This is getting interesting now. We haven't lost any balls. I don't see anyone that's died yet.
I've given it all she's got, Captain.
I hate you.
That's what it says.
Does it? Okay, then I don't hate you. So Jangmi's taking the lead. It's going to get rough. Oh, that's a good line they took, though. They took the right path through there, but J-Bay Watt is taking the lead again, and now they're going to get to the loop-de-loop, and I think they're going to make it through. Okay.
Football champion.
Girl Panic local ghost ball back there. That's the record. Oh, we lost the Robin
no.
Grace. We lost the stupidest ball. The stupidest ball on the track has died. Girl Panic is the person who holds the record for fastest finish on the dojo ever. And right now, J-Bay Watt is having a better run than they had. So it could be not just that they're going to win, but they're going to be the supreme champion of all time. But I don't know. It's like neck and neck right now. And hopefully we can get some people catching up at the end to make this kind of interesting. Because right now it's just a race against the ghost ball, which is just such a weird thing to say.
Ghost ball? It's Halloween. I mean,
yeah, I guess that's true.
Appropriate.
Here comes Jangmi into the dojo. J-Bay Watt's doing okay, but getting stopped a little bit. Jangmi, was making a move, but got stopped. J-Bay Watt's gonna go ahead and take this, and it is indeed the fastest time we've ever had on the dojo.
It's Jimmy from YouTube.
Congratulations.
That's what he said.
It's what?
Jimmy from YouTube.
That's
who J-Bay Watt is. Not JJ Watt.
Way to switch over and get yourself some free merch. So that was the second one. If you didn't win again, that's okay. It happens sometimes.
So email us your address, and we will send you stickers.
Yeah. Email storytime@scarish.com, and we will send you some free merch. And thank you guys all for participating. We love you all. Let's let this play out and see who winds up coming in last, as I like to do. And then we'll go ahead and do the sign-out stuff for the night.
It's like airbending training.
That's so funny. What you have to do is you have to really concentrate with your chakra, and you can try and control your ball. So that's how that works. This game makes me so hyped, says Jangmi. Glitch Grim says, did I make it? LOL. No, you did not. You died, along with Pave Paradise.
It's okay. I died, too.
So J-Bay Watt has one total race and one total win. So 1 for 1. Good job, J-Bay Watt. Pretty fucking solid work there. I'm not going to lie. I'm pretty impressed. So let's move back, and we're going to finish this thing out for you guys. See that right there that it's going to be on the black screen before it shows the camera is what's driving me freaking crazy. But at least it doesn't like completely screw up. So, I mean, that's better than most stuff.
So,
yeah. I mean, I guess I could delay the curtain rise. There's a lot of stuff I could do to try and fix this. So
I'm getting stuck on my chair.
You okay?
Yeah.
So we're going to go ahead and close out this fun, silly game so my computer doesn't have a meltdown. Because somehow it's really CPU intensive. And let's just go ahead and finish out.
Yeah. So, Jimmy, don't forget to email us your address so I can send you stuff. Like your mailing address. It doesn't have to be your home address. That's weird. But yeah, so thank you guys for being on this really awesome stream for Halloween. Sorry we couldn't do it on the regular night, but we're really happy that those that don't get to join us for Wednesdays were able to join us tonight.
Yeah, it was a fun time. Thank you guys for coming out.
Don't forget, we do have a Patreon. If you guys could support us on there, it'd be great. Patreon.com/scarishpodcast. We are trying to make more exclusive content. Like Adam was saying, we're going to be making little special tidbitty videos. Not
tidbitty, not titty bitty.
No, yeah. We're going to make some little extra fun videos of kind of scary, spooky stuff.
The stuff we're releasing tomorrow, the extra thing that we're going to be releasing for you guys, and anyone who's listening via audio, it's gonna be actually like 2 days ago when you're listening to this. The Halloween bonus stuff that you've already seen, that's going to be the stuff we're going to be releasing for Patreon subscribers only, but Halloween special. So we want to give you guys all something. That's going to be audio only, though.
Oh, I thought it was a video. Never mind.
So, but we're working on some other stuff too. So, and then there's other stuff that you guys can do as well. Coffee.com/ScaryPodcast, spelled ko-fi.com/ScaryPodcast, is where you can do a one-time donation without signing up for a monthly donation. And those also help as well. We were able to get our pass-through upgraded for the video stuff. It's been very helpful, so you guys have helped us so much with that, and we really appreciate that. And then if you guys want to reach out to us to get your story read on a Storytime episode, email storytime@scarish.com. Facebook.com/ScaryishPodcast. You can message us there, like the page, join Scarish Spooky Friends group. You can post it there for some instant feedback. You can go to scarish.com, which is our website. Scroll down on the right-hand side. You're going to notice there's something that says join us on Discord. Click that. It'll take you to our Discord server. Or you can go to Instagram, which is @ScarishPodcast, or you can tweet at us on Twitter @ScarishPod. There's a million different things for you guys to do to reach out to us, and we appreciate you. Everyone that reaches out to us in any way, shape, or form.
Yep.
Big shout out to 143am who just resubscribed on Prime for the second month. It says, 1 more hour, happy birthday.
Aw, oh my gosh, yeah.
It's a different time zone, but we're getting there. We're almost there. So I just want to thank everyone one more time that came out to watch us live, and everyone that's listening right now at home. We appreciate every single one of you, so thank you so much. There's been so much an outpouring of love for Robin's birthday.
Thank you so much for all the birthday wishes. You guys are so awesome. Don't forget, we have Instagram, Twitter, all that fun stuff.
All that stuff we already said.
Yep. So, yeah. And then we will see you guys this weekend.
Yeah. For those of you listening right now, we are going to be out in LA. So if you want to go to Disneyland on Sunday, the 4th?
The 4th. Yeah, I think it's the 4th.
That's when we're going to be there.
It's also Dapper Day at Disneyland.
So it's going to be busy as fuck.
So it is going to be busy. We're probably not going to get a lot of rides.
I also don't plan on looking very dapper, so don't even worry about that shit.
I think I'll wear a dress maybe.
I'll look just like plain, I'm going to be in jeans and a t-shirt because I'm not going to go.
Yeah, and if you're at BlizzCon, feel free to message us on Facebook. And
we already have someone we're going to totally meet up with at BlizzCon.
I love cosplayers. It's going to be awesome. I can't wait to see a whole bunch of people. So
if you guys are out there for any of those reasons, we would love to meet you guys. We met some folks here in Vegas.
Yeah, someone literally, Sarah and her hubby came to visit us out here in Vegas. They didn't really come to visit us, but
they were here.
And we got to meet them, and it was super awesome. So yeah, it'd be super cool to meet you guys. Can't wait to be in Anaheim.
I can't wait for BlizzCon. I'm so fucking hyped for this.
I'm gonna get my Disney pin that says my birthday.
Yep, it's gonna be a good time. So if you guys are out there, we hope to see you. If not, we will see you. Oh wait, we added that sign out thing. Do you want to do it or should I do it?
Oh yeah. Keep on creeping on, and we'll see you guys next week.
Bye.